Welcome back, everyone. Don't mind the music in the background. It's just my personal playlist, you know. Having a good time. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Rude. This is all you get. This is the only one you get.
Move on over to skytier.com and see the herd of new products just waiting to graze on your wallet.
Rude. So rude. So rude. Alright, now we gotta turn everything off because we got people waiting for us today, which means that we've got no time to waste. We're pausing. I'm pausing all the redeems. Excuse me. But unfortunately, we have people waiting on us. So if you're not familiar, hello, welcome in. I'm Sky. This is Spellbound. Spellbound is my D&D inspired SMP that I run with the lovely Flamtastic and Isaac. I can totally not hear Flam in the background right now. We are gonna get right into it here in just a second. Once I pause everything. There we go. Done. Done deal. All right. But yes, I run this SMP like a D&D game. Myself and Flamtastic being the DMs that run a little story for all of our sad gay friends. So I hope you all enjoy. I know this isn't as long of a lead-in as we usually have, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I'll try and leave some space at the end of stream for chatting. I appreciate you all for hanging out. Yeah, say hi to Flam. We're about to go have a conversation. So let's slide on over to the game screen, shall we? Minecraft. I need you. I need you, Minecraft. Whenever my game capture wants to catch up real quick. There we go. You are alive, aren't you? I'd say that's more okay than you were a few weeks ago. Well, how's everything been going? How are you enjoying your new home? Mm-hmm. Any fun information? Any tidbits you've picked up? Yeah. Was a bigger boom than I intended, but I met a bit more resistance than I usually do, so. Well, I do need you to do your job. I need you to get information for me. I need to know how to work this town, you know. I can't be doing it all on my own. Well, I could, let's be honest. Did fine with you, but I mean, you do want to keep that sweet little girlfriend of yours safe. Mm-hmm. Oh. Hmm. Yes, it's more. How about that panda character? You spend a lot of time
Can't
with
hear
them.
in-game voices.
Oh, you're so right. Hmm?
They've been trying to get their memories back.
Hmm. Well, that is interesting. I guess it's worth mentioning to you that those memories already belong to me, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there's your in.
Mm-hmm. Might be nice to have you smooth things over a little bit when I eventually approach them.
Yeah. Dr. Echoes is a little in your face to everyone from what I can tell. I mean,
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
seem close with Fish and with Goldie and Newt. From what I can tell, they keep having secret meetings.
Hmm. Yeah. Everyone is a bit cagey here.
Yeah.
Well, they seem to like you all okay, and that's what's really important to, you know. It's the little details that I need, you know. As you get closer to them, their, you know, hopes and dreams, the things that they don't like to say to people out loud, you know. You're good at earning trust.
Doing my best.
You're such a hardworking stand-up individual.
Do you need me to do anything else besides get information?
I may have to get back with you on that. I did, you know, I did hear you guys went back to Birch's Edge. How did that go? You know, returning home must have been tough. Mm. Well, just keep me informed, you know. I've got things to do, places to be, a family to take care of.
Okay.
Well, you best not keep, all your little friends waiting. That one's going to cause me a bit of trouble, I think. Not leaning into the, role like I would have hoped. Let's put it that way. But we make do with what we've got. For the time being, I guess I need to go back to playing a loving and doting wife. I'm a little concerned about that book. I don't know what that was, but seems like a term. was a bit put off by it. Well. Better not waste too much time going home, or someone might be suspicious that I wasn't just out for a little stroll. My jailers might come after me with some intention, one might say. Ugh. These fucking things are everywhere. Of course, they have to set up shop at a place that's perfect for that thing. Well, nearly perfect.
Oh, wait, this is the new build.
There. I don't really have anything for them.
I have an egg sandwich here.
No, there we go. Okay.
Hey. Birthday. Birthday.
I know. I know.
Hi.
Celeste told me.
What? What do you mean you got told? What's going on? Oh, okay.
You didn't see me
Also,
writing this,
question.
right?
I don't think I saw you writing this.
Okay,
I'm
I'm not going crazy.
Okay.
You might want to go check on your mom.
I don't know. Figure it out.
Surprisingly easy walk home for someone who's so annoyingly under watch.
There we go. Hmm.
I got mushrooms.
Hmm.
No, I'm
Where-
behind you.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Here, mushrooms. Oh.
I'll be real, that was magical.
I just passed them through the window. How's that magical?
I don't know, my mind's kind of been all over. Are you sure you're okay? Your eyes, like, behind your gill, it's kind of... Is everything okay?
Yeah, I feel fine. After that nap I took, it felt great.
Mm-hmm. Well, I trust you, kiddo, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go continue looking around. I just realized I need to do a patrol. Goldie told me I need to do a patrol. I'm gonna go do a patrol. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay.
You'll stay at the house, right?
Until your mom gets up, that's for sure.
Oh, I saw
When-
Mom earlier. They were walking around. Yeah,
What?
I actually followed her home.
Wait. Can you lead me to her?
I don't know. She came right back here.
I haven't seen her today.
Oh, that's strange.
How could she have slipped by?
She went right through the front door.
What's
I was
going on?
down. Apparently, your mom slipped out of the house.
I thought she
I
came
was
back to the front
downstairs
door.
the whole time. How'd she get? I'm so hungry. One sec.
Okay, well,
I thought I saw Mom.
watching mom is going well. Where did she go?
I don't know. She came right back this way. I followed her home.
Oh, so she's what? Is she out or is she in?
I thought she was in.
Her. Oh, there you are. My word, I didn't even see you head out. Are you?
Oh, I was just reading this book you left for me.
Oh, good. Where are you? I swear, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Oh, don't do that. That would not be good, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd rather. I'm pretty sure. Oh God. Sorry, I thought I was downstairs the whole time and I didn't see you. And Elle said that like you walked back home with them and.
Oh, well, you know Newt said that getting some fresh air and walks would be good for my burns, so...
Yeah, just...
I mean... You were seemed pretty tired, so...
Hey... Still, Can you... It's like we need. Well, I guess you were in pairs with Elle, but
exactly.
like, could you just future reference if you could tell one of the family members when you're going out? I'm just worried.
Yeah, of course. I didn't mean to worry you.
Yeah. Okay. That is a relief. Okay, well, I'll let you finish reading the note. I'll be downstairs whenever,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Dearest Sunrise, I apologize for our time apart. You know what happens when I learn something. I can't stop until it's all brought to the light. I feel like we keep repeating the same issues in this town, like broken records on a dusty old jukebox. The only time I think I could say my head was fully clear was out at the sanctuary. Your letter you left me, thankfully, helped, as it always does. I'm sure you could write a letter with just a single word, and it'd put me at ease. Words are a powerful thing, as we both experienced together. I do miss sleeping next to you, and I'm unsure when I'll be able to return. Things are off, in ways I wish others could see. You know me well enough to know I can't just do nothing. Things don't add up. I'm doing my best not to run head first into danger. But I also know you'd worry yourself sick over me.
Removing all this stuff back here.
If I didn't make time to rest and think without the chaos of the town. So if you'd like to...
Never enough time in the day. Never enough time.
If you'd like, I propose we venture to the sanctuary, take a waystone, and have a little date. It's far enough from town to where we can almost forget about it all. Almost. No worrying about predators, no oobleck. Even the kids won't be too worrisome. Dr. Echoes has been planning a research outing that they could join. Just you and me,
Here we go.
as it was meant to be. Together we've always been an unstoppable force. The storms of my mind washing away any hidden facade. As your light shoos away my clouded skies, seeing through each other's intentions, like nothing was there at all.
No.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. So a date?
Yeah, it's been a while. You finally, you're not
Well,
fully healed up. Obviously, you still haven't gone through all your medicine, but
well enough to ride in a boat.
yeah, well enough to ride in a boat. I was thinking we could take the Waystone, but I'm not sure. The magic can be kind of iffy. I was thinking we could take the scenic route.
Yeah. The scenic route would be nice.
Yeah.
So, the whole family's coming, or Goldie and Dr. Echoes and...
Goldie and Dr. Echoes and Elle are going on a camping trip nearby. And so I feel it feels safe. I know part of me wanted to take you to the spot that only we really know about, but considering everything, I don't think Goldie would be. I'm trying to do my best by her because she's my kiddo, and my kiddo means a lot to me. My kiddo, both of them mean a lot to me.
Yeah. They mean a lot to both of us.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry about I think Dewey got into an old set of letters that I meant to throw out and brought up some bad memories.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You did have quite a reaction.
Yeah, it was something else. It was a letter that I had sent back when the rot was around. I don't really like the person I was back then.
Oh.
Yeah.
I managed to.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, there's a lot of books.
Yeah, there's books in this
Oh.
Hello.
Afternoon, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Patrol
Yeah.
time.
Patrol time.
Patrol time.
Okay. See you.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, we're heading out today. Gonna be going on a bit of a date now that Sky's a bit better now.
That's good.
Yeah,
Glad to see you're doing better.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
morning.
Newt's potions, I think, work miracles, really.
Yeah. Anyway, we shouldn't dilly dally. We got a whole day ahead of
True.
us.
We won't keep you.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Also, Bear, you and me have to catch up at some point. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point I've got to talk
actually-
to you too, Panda.
So much for
Oh,
a patrol for
okay.
both of us.
I'll be
Oh,
around.
there's
Yeah, I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, we
Hi,
found.
where did you go?
Oh, I just went...
They got. Apparently,
Remember...
they were with Elle, and then they went upstairs. and
Exactly.
just-
I think your
my mind's
dad's
been
just
everywhere.
very tired from his week away, and he didn't hear me come in. I went out for
Yeah,
a
I
walk
was-
because Newt had told me that it would be best for me to get some fresh air,
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
asked
it's
them
good to
next
get air,
time to
but-
let one of us know before they go, considering everything.
Yeah, just let one of us know.
All right.
Well, I gotta keep patrolling now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll catch up with you all later.
There's a very large group right here.
All right.
Hi, we were just in the
New
Yeah,
New
this is something. More of those vines growing everywhere.
It's a complicated situation.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do, Victor.
Oh, But anyway, you
Shout it from the
hey,
rooftops.
they have a little pathway down here. I've never seen this one.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Sure.
Wonderful to see you out and about.
I know. I've gotten some fresh
we're
air.
Yeah, we're actually about to go and head on a date, Go and spend some time alone,
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go on a date, can I just talk to Turn real quick?
Oh.
Oh, do you need to tell me about Victor's tea? Oh, I've always loved getting to hear about this.
Yes, but it's just
Yeah.
Yeah, just over here.
Yeah, I can do that. Sky, if you could, Sheba, do you think you could stay with Sky? Maybe sit in the church for a little bit while you wait for us.
Quick.
Appreciate it.
Why don't we just we can step over here maybe.
Over the rest of the place. Nothing's really out of
Can they
ordinary.
still hear us?
Do you have a book we can write?
Oh.
Notes down in?
Ollie, are you okay?
Oh,
Newt has put this device on Ollie's head.
talking.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, scratchy, you're not supposed to.
Oh, I see, I see. Hmm.
It is called the cone.
I
Mm.
thought we had an
Foul
understanding.
Well,
Okay.
if Newt offered it to them, it's probably in their best interest.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
I think
Mhm.
so as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very good, especially with how things
feels
are
more
going.
fair.
Pretty good.
I'll make sure to.
It's
to
not
keep my eye
bad,
on the
it's
swivel
okay.
and make
Yeah,
sure-
I'm sure it's just a temporary thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't want them
The
worried.
wolf's eyesight is very important to us, you see.
mm.
I care about them a whole lot.
It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's not bad.
Okay. It happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's
it's
pretty
fine.
good for the notes.
To-
You
Follow
stay
me and I'll
safe,
show you
Ollie.
where I'm having them
Last
all.
time, that's why
Okay.
I thank you for letting me know this, Dr. Echo.
Mm.
Also, you should check in with Newt later. You know that.
How are
I'm
you
sure
settling
he-
in? I didn't see
I'm
much of
good.
you last week.
Wonderful. Yeah.
You
I'll
are
go
not
ahead
the
and head
first to
this
have
way.
made that observation.
yeah.
I'm afraid I have tucked myself away in the cave for quite some time.
Mm.
I have started gardening to soothe my nerves.
Oh, I see. How's that magical research of yours been going?
Oh, strangely enough, I find myself with frequent headaches
hello.
these
Hi.
days.
Oh.
my.
Weird overlapping
Are you okay?
feelings,
Oh, it's
odd
it's
scents
term.
in the air.
Oh, hi.
Hmm.
It is
Yeah.
almost as if
How are
two
you doing?
transparent
You have
leaves
a-
are
you have
placed over
a-
top of each other and
Yeah,
held to the
how
light.
can you see through
The
that?
veins of each can still be seen, yet
Not good.
they're still
Oh,
different.
oh.
if that is
Is there
making
a
any
reason
sense.
for it? Are you okay?
You know, it does
scratchy
make a
you're
surprising
not
amount of
supposed
sense. So, you know,
So
perhaps I can
Ah.
help you with that in the
head.
future.
Okay, well,
I would appreciate
you know,
it.
sometimes
Yeah, I have
some,
a-
you know,
Especially
that just
because
means that
I have
you know
some
when you
theories
get
of
to take
my
it off,
own.
everything will look.
Oh, I would
everything
love
will
to
look
hear
nice.
that, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you
I have-
you
Discuss
do
some
well,
things
okay,
with,
okay,
Turn
Ollie?
here
Okay,
soon.
I'll keep going.
Ah, I see, I see. He is very good at these things.
Hell as well.
Very
Mm.
good listener as well.
All right, there we go.
Mhm.
It is much
Yeah.
A
appreciated
very
these days.
excellent listener, I'd
Hello.
say.
Well, sorry, Dr. Echoes wanted to fill me in on the Oobleck situation.
Oh.
Apparently they tried to confront them earlier and had a sword pulled on them.
Oh.
I thought we had come to an understanding, but I guess you know
I was
that's
under the impression that Oobleck was a sentient monster, is he not?
they are, and that means that what they're doing is probably intentional and not just instinct, which is
Mhm.
concerning to say the least.
That is concerning.
Yeah. Oh,
Monsters,
what?
their
you know.
instincts run deep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even if they perceive themselves as some sort of sentient creature, they are always bound to relapse on their own worst judgment.
That is true. I agree.
Yeah.
I know, Victor.
Anyway, thank you for keeping an eye on Sky. We've been trying to keep everybody in pairs since everything's been going on, you know.
That is a
Mhm.
very good idea.
Yes.
Before I leave you two to your own devices, may I ask a somewhat silly question?
Certainly.
Oh,
I do not know which way the bakery is.
Oh, well, we can actually direct
Yeah.
you over there.
Yeah,
We're headed in
we're
that
heading in that
direction.
direction.
I would be very
It's-
pleased to accompany you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not in this village. It's in the other portion of the village.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
I was
Bear,
wondering,
my,
I'd
my,
be-
yeah,
Yeah.
my brother Bear is the one who runs it.
Mm-hmm.
Though, you know, I'm not really sure if they've been over there as much. I wonder if Cabbage is okay.
Oh, I'm sure they're just fine. I don't think that Bear would leave them without care, you know.
Also, it's getting late. I should probably put on my armor.
Mm. I
I
think.
haven't had the chance to reapply the enchantment that hides it.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
you
my
know,
goodness.
oh yes, it. You know, I may not be the town guard, but I have unfortunately we've had to face a lot of different things. And
Mm.
feels like every time I try to toughen up, the world tries to throw a harder stone.
Well, good thing all that seems to be over, you know.
I don't know, with that whole Oobleck situation.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing we can't handle, I think.
The gathering
Yeah.
of monsters is always a bad omen where I come from.
Mm.
Sentient will know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, we should keep...
Yeah.
Actually,
I think it would be
it'd
better
easier
to go this
way.
direction, yeah. So
Yeah.
to
just
the
so that
at
way we
least for the
don't have to-
bakery. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Actually, if we're heading by the bakery in that direction, we'll be closer to the other set of docks. We can just go from that set of docks out.
Oh,
It'll
a
be
very
nice. It'll be
long
really
and
scenic-
a very long
scenic
and
route.
leisurely route.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you know, I want to make sure that I'm spending a lot of time with you. I haven't been able to do that recently. I'm trying to find a good balance, you know?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah. It's when you woke up, did elves seem okay?
Yeah, they seem fine to me. Jumping around on trees as usual when they were following me. Nothing out of the norm.
Well, anyway, over this way, Sheba.
Yeah, right here.
I know this is where we used to all live in this village before we expanded outward. Library is there. A lot of my research notes are actually in there.
Yes.
Or at least I think they are. I think someone might have checked them out. No, Jock, I think, checked them out. And this is the bakery.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would never have found it if given my own devices.
Yeah, it does get a little bit confusing around here.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your evening together. Thank
Yes.
you.
Of course.
Yeah, good luck with your research. I'll be looking forward to hearing about it.
Thank
you. All right. Let's go ahead and...
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very... a very leisurely... Are you sure your arms can sustain this much rowing?
Oh, I'm sure. Listen, for you, just about anything. You know, you know, it's like either, look at that.
Oh.
Okay. Ugh, there we go. And, come on. They sit in the boat and they like to...
Yeah.
I don't remember how long that one's been there.
Quite a bit, I'd say.
Okay, and... I thought I had a boat on me. I must have accidentally put it away. There it is.
Couple more over here.
Oh, perfect.
Boats are just riddled with them, apparently.
I mean, things get stuck in boats all the time, you know? There we go. Let me just toss that back. Come on. Oh. Yeah, I think the last time we went out this way was when we took Goldie, yeah, we went and took Goldie out to the beach.
Yeah.
They had a real fun time swimming. We really should plan that again.
You know, I agree. You can never go wrong with a beach day.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, lots of different monsters. Everything good?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, lots of nice trees that we grew a while back. Swear, I feel so weird wearing this without able to.
Yeah. It is it's different to see you in it, I gotta say.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the worst part is that I've been wearing it for a lot of different times, so it's like, you know. It feels like nothing after a while, but like just seeing it feels different.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I know I don't have my helmet on at the moment just because it would feel weird to wear everything that's invisible and then the helmet not be invisible. Everything not be invisible and the helmet be visible, you know? It's like, you should do all or nothing, you know? You shouldn't try and, you know. Also, I feel like...
If we go, you know, we're taking an extra scenic route.
Yeah. Yep, there it is. There it is. It's like I had a feeling we were rowing for a fair bit, and then it was like, oh, yeah.
Extra scenic, like I said.
Yeah. Extra scenic. And we'll make sure to dock this boat back where we found it, just so that way if anybody else wants to take the scenic route, they can. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. It is getting dark. Might be a good idea to take a short nap, try and make it morning so we don't have to deal with anything.
Yeah. No creeps in the area.
There we go. It always feels weird when they end up dying to my armor, because it's like, wow, you hit me and you got hurt. you know?
Yeah. Some people just don't think those things through, and I guess monsters don't think anything through, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you know, well, speaking of, oh, and now they're infighting. Kind of want to see how this plays out.
I know. Who will win? It's a duel to the death.
Neither of them are good shots.
Wow, yeah. Oh.
Well, maybe.
Oh, there it is. And the
And
winner wins death. Oh, you know what?
God.
I'm gonna grab these arrows.
Oh yeah, because Goldie.
Yeah, Goldie was wanting arrows, so.
Yeah.
Not many. It was only 3, but you know.
Yeah. Speaking of, we should once we get in, the light will reveal the monster. Will reveal the monster's true weaknesses. You know. I really should have been an author.
You should have been.
I've
that was
written how
very
many pages
poetic.
now?
Mm.
All right. See, I feel like this might not be working the way I was hoping.
Yeah.
The world might be. I don't know why. I just can't
too
seem to
full.
get any rest.
Yeah.
You know, too many people. Isn't there like a saying where like if you can't get to sleep, it's because you're awake in someone else's dream?
I haven't heard that before, but that's.
I remember hearing it a while back. Maybe that's why I was Maybe that's why I always had trouble sleeping before I got to meet you.
Oh.
I was in your dreams the whole time.
Well, it's hard to stop thinking about you.
Oh, also, my word, I forgot that we left this map here. I hope Goldie doesn't need it.
I mean, there's that whole map at the Institute as well. Or not the Institute, the archive.
Historical archive, yeah. I also need to finish writing some of the stuff for the archive.
Yeah, I noticed there's nothing really in there right now. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we finished building it and then everything started picking back up again. And it's like, well, if we start writing now, we're going to have to change things later. I swear, time waits for no one.
Oh, that is...
Look at that.
Just as
like
we were...
didn't have to wait that long.
Just as we were hoping for day. It's probably because we took the scenic route.
Yeah. You know, otherwise we'd been here the whole time. Though it is a shame we got to miss the sunrise. I guess we'll have time to see other ones. Also. There we go.
You know, there's always one left.
Yeah. You know, there's always one, you know. Let's see. But yeah, the whole... Like, I don't know. This whole... I know I said we'd come here and I wouldn't really think about too much, but, like, the whole Oobleck thing's got my head in a knot, like it always does. And, you know, it's like it's never... I don't know. Once we're able to sit down, I think I'll be able to talk better because I won't be focusing on walking.
Oh.
You know? I don't think I need to focus on walking, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You're more focused than usual on walking, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Just you know, the whole Oobleck thing's got my head in a knot at the moment because so like Oobleck's being very hostile.
Yes.
And part of me gets it. Right? Because it's like, oh, you know, they are, from what we can gather, like supposed to be a guardian, and there's something out there that is, you know, is you know, it's threatening to them, right? And you know, their whole thing is like, ooh, I have to stop this thing, and I'm sitting here knowing that I've been in that exact same mindset before, so I can relate to them, you know. And then at the same time, I realized that every time I've ever been in that mindset, it's always never been as simple as this thing here wants to bring harm for X reasons. There's always something, you know?
Mhm.
It's like, and there's a part of me that's just curious about that, because, you know, I don't want to run headfirst into danger, and I know, unfortunately, danger kind of finds me, but, you know, there's a part of me that thinks that maybe, I don't know, you know, maybe that's just naive optimism, you know. Try as people might, that is still yet to be excised from me. But yeah, how about you? How have you been doing? Have you been anything been eating up your mind recently?
Not too much, honestly. I mean, I've been so well taken care of. It's been hard to have a moment to even worry about anything, you know?
Yeah. You know, yeah. You know, I know you said your dreams have been kind of quiet. I know. Unfortunately, I haven't been sleeping too well, as you probably could tell over the past couple days.
I'm sorry, Goldie kind of ousted you from the bed.
Nah, I honestly, she needs the rest more than I do, I'm sure. You know, you I know I said this in the letter, that like it feels like we end up in the same position over and over. I'm happy. I just want to say that I'm happy that you know, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy
happy
you're
to be
here,
here.
and yeah, yeah. You know, there's a lot. I don't think we've ever really, you know, a lot of our conversations have always been what do we do next, but like right now there's not really a lot about that. So like, you know, I guess now would be a good time to maybe start getting to know you a bit more. You know, I mean, we've known a lot, you know, favorite colors, favorite things, but like, you know, I don't think we've ever really asked each other really deep questions, which, you know, I kind of miss. You know, it's like I know I feel like I can tell you just about anything, and you know, like it's like with postal work, you know?
Yeah.
Like I did that for so long, but if you asked me now if I would want to do that, if I could be anything else other than that, you know, my answer would be, you know, different. You know, it's like, do you have something like that? Is there anything that you like, kind like if you weren't like a seer or an artist, what do you think you'd be?
Yeah. Well, being a seer was never really a choice. Well,
Yeah.
the art came kind of secondary to that, but what would I be if I wasn't me? I don't know if I've ever really put much thought into it. I've always been.
You know, I know. Yeah, I know. I've been having that thought recently, just with all the new information about who, what, where I am. You know, it's like it makes me wonder, like, you know, would I be in that similar situation? And I'm not sure I have an answer to that. You know, like I don't think I can really talk about that kind of stuff, just because, you know, I would have had to live it to know it, and you know,
in a sense, you
I know.
have.
I guess you're right. Those winter dreams have always been. Ugh. I know. Later, later on, I'm going. I swear, now that I know more about them, I wonder if the dreams are going to get better or worse.
I don't know.
Like now that I know the people in them, and and now that things are, I don't know, just. I guess I'll have you to see me through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, you meant was uh was Elle? Are you sure that Elle's okay? They seemed, I don't know, they never got a chance to really tell me their piece, I guess. And so there's a part of me that wonders if like they're just bottling it up right now. I know you've always been kind of better, with the kids than I have. At the beginning, I think I was really good, but they, you get put on a pedestal and then eventually you're bound to fall off and,
That is true. Everyone's always waiting for the best among us to fail.
Yeah. No one wins for long.
Makes everybody else feel better about themselves, I think.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have some good people that, at least I hope that they don't think that way. Yeah, but what about you? Any questions that you might have? Any deep questions that you might have you might want answers to? Because I know personally, back when I was a postman, I would have been like, no, I've always wanted to be this, but after everything I've done, I don't think I changed many things. Some things here and there. If I could change anything, I'd probably have you send that letter a hell of a lot sooner.
Well, push comes to shove. It takes some time.
Sometimes, sometimes you get something right when you need it. It's like something about fate being set in stone and people just being able to see the pieces, right?
Certainly.
But yeah, any questions like that? Any big heavy hitting ones?
I don't know, you're kind of putting me on the spot.
Well, I mean, we have all the time in the world. I mean,
That's
we
true.
can just look out at the sky, see how things are doing. Different ones, but one of them's a bit more eye-catching than the other.
Oh, I see. I see what we're doing.
Oh.
I mean, if you could leave, with no consequences, right? Obviously, Goldie's been pretty curt with you after everything. But if you could leave with no consequences, would you?
No consequences. Okay, well, you're gonna have to sell me on this world. What do you mean by no consequences? You mean
if there was no one to stop you, right? No guilt associated with it. Like you said, you were put up on a pedestal and now everyone's looking for their opportunity to tear you down. Would you leave?
Yeah, that is a hard-hitting one.
Hell, you asked for a hard question, eh?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think... See, in this world, there's, no one would even... I'm assuming no one would have even known I was here to begin with, right? Because, that would imply consequences. To be known is to risk that consequence, and unfortunately, I know everybody in this town probably a bit better than I would like.
That is true.
Oh. It's if it were the other way around and I was just some, nothing, then if and nobody else knew me, it wouldn't be that it's hard but
I think that nobody knowing you, I mean, that's too easy, right? I mean, if nobody knew you, why wouldn't you move on?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even matter at that point. I wouldn't have, and also the fact that I would still know them, it's it kind of comes with the territory of being anywhere and being anyone.
But if they knew you, but you knew it wasn't going to affect them if you left, right? Obviously, in this situation, we're parents, you can't exactly just leave. But if you didn't have that...
Fortunately with me,
If you didn't have those obligations, the things that tied you down, would you leave?
I didn't have those obligations.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say the thought hasn't crossed my mind a couple times. Just, you remember back when Goldie was getting blown up and, we were doing the best we can. We were considering moving.
Yeah.
And because that seemed like the better opportunity to leave and, sure, there'd be a lot of people who'd be hurt by us leaving, but a lot less people would be hurt in the process. Sometimes someone or something being in a location, you only have really 3 options. You ignore it, you get rid of it, or you learn to live with it. Or
Yeah.
I guess. And back then I was considering, because I still had you guys. I had someone to go to. I had someone who would be coming with me. I could take this little piece of home that we have, at least a part of it, because whether I like it or not, it's a part of me. It's part of my history in more ways than one.
That's true.
And if I didn't have any of that, if I knew that nobody knew me whatsoever, God, this is difficult. Because again, we're assuming that they know me, that they used to know me, and then for some reason they don't care if I stay or go, which,
Yeah. Happens more often than you think, I think.
Yeah, I think it does, but is there a reason why they're like that now, in this, hypothetical?
Could be any number of reasons,
I feel like it depends on the reason. If there's some, if it was just, nothing to it, I've enough stuff has happened, and, they just, suddenly they wake up and everything's different. Like, nothing has caused them to be this way. Like, they have come to it on their own volition, I guess. I think then I would probably consider leaving, just because, trying to think of the right words. It's like, if they came to it on their own volition, then obviously me staying here is causing them distress. And, well, you know me, I'm unfortunately very self-sacrificing in a lot of different ways.
Yes, you are.
I have been working on that, thankfully. At least I hope I've been working on it. But if it were something that were causing them to be like that, I think I'd be more likely to try and figure out why. Yeah, solve it. Because that's what we've done every other time. When we did that with Owl. And sure, after a while, it got really hard, and it wasn't until Bear and Rox and a bunch of other people, basically begged me to stay that, we decided against it. Also, Owl kind of made the decision for us, packing before we could finish packing. It's a lot easier to move one person than it is 4. But yeah, I think that I like I said, I think it definitely depends on how and why they're like this, because again, we're assuming that they're we're assuming that they cared before. And honestly, if they cared before, actually, now that I think about it, if they cared before, there's nothing that says that they can't care again. I don't know. That's my best answer I can give, given 1,000 words for something that could have just been a yes or no.
Yeah, it certainly is.
But what about you? What I gave you my sort of 2 cents on my question. What about you? Would you do the same if you could leave with no repercussions, knowing that anything like that could have possibly happened, no one would come after you, no one would, that kind of stuff? What do you think you'd do?
Well, I mean, I'm the one that suggested it before, so yeah, I'd leave.
That's good to hear. Nice to know we're kind of in agreement. There's like a 50-50 that we'd be in agreement if it were both the same,
I imagine that you are bound and determined to make the people care about you again, or solve the problem of people not caring. Whereas I don't really think that's my responsibility. You know, you can't take care of people that don't want taken care of.
I'd beg to differ. I mean, to be fair, back when we first met each other, neither of us wanted to be cared for. We felt, both of us were bound and determined to do things on our own and not to stress the other one out with the issues that we're dealing with. But love changes you, and maybe, who knows?
Lots of things change people.
Yeah, lots of things really do. But yeah, let's see. Let me think of another hard-hitting one.
Any reason you're still wearing your armor?
Oh, right. I always forget to take this off.
You're so used to it being invisible, I guess.
Yeah, and like I know for a while, like I think it might also be because you're wearing the other necklace, so like it's like I'd much rather keeping you safe than I know I can hold my own, at least right now, and I know you can too, but I don't know. I think both of us know that if it came down to you or me, I'd be very then again, I guess you were the same, It's like I have a vested interest in your safety, and then giving you a golden apple, you giving me your shield.
Yeah.
Honestly, back when we were down in that maze down below, I always knew that everything would. After that day, I knew everything would be okay as long as I could hear your voice. Hear the intent behind your words.
Oh.
It kind of made it a bit easier to bear, I guess.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? What other good hard-hitting ones are there? See, that last one was a real doozy.
I know.
I didn't expect you to have one. I mean, like, I guess it wasn't locked and loaded, but like it was back there in the back of your mind. If we were in each other's shoes, like you were an axolotl, you were Postman Axolotl, and we were in each other's lives. Do you think things would turn out the same? Do you think you'd react? Do you think with all of those different factors that led to me being me and me being you, do you think that things would have ended differently or started differently, or
So in this hypothetical, you are the seer artist, and I am the post axolotl.
Yeah. Oh, and everything filled in, obviously, because more recently we found out that you're dealing with dreams every night, and you're dealing with you're dealing with your past life, and you're reeling at all of that kind of stuff. And like you have like those same actions that would happen, but you're still free to make your own decisions with those actions.
Do you think
that?
Do I think that we would, on a larger scale, would everything have played out the same way, or are you asking about us specifically?
I guess it's more a kind of. I don't think that everything would turn out the same. So I'd probably say us. And mainly just this is like, was our nature, what do you think it was, nature or nurture that led to this sort of
connection?
Yeah. Do you think it was fate, circumstance, planned, not planned?
Well, I think I've told you before that there's no changing the flow of how things are meant to be, and I think that some connections stand the test of time or worlds or different narratives. There are some things that would simply be. Would be very different, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
it would still rhyme. It's like history would be different. We'd make different choices, but the people, the people we end up with would probably end up being similar.
Yeah.
Or the same even.
Yeah, I think I think there are some things that are simply fated to be. Yeah. It would be like it would be a very different narrative, but
yeah.
I don't think that swapping places would change very much in the grand scheme of the story. How about you? What do you think?
Okay, so putting myself in the mind of a seer real quick. Ooh.
Is that what those powers are to you? Ooh.
I mean they are kind, out of all, there's nothing else in the magical landscape that I've found that's been able to quite, match that. Seeing the future seems to be a very uniquely you thing, and also I think, I don't know, that I feel like there was a plan. I feel like something was happening for a bit with some other people, but but it seems like a very uniquely you thing. And because I don't have an answer right now, that's the best I can really give it.
I see.
It's like being able, I think things would probably end up very differently. I'd like to think that no matter who we are or who we become, that deep down inside there's still that little bit, fighting to make that core version of yourself shown. So while yes, I would be a seer and I'd be a nervous goddamn wreck, because I mean, look at me.
It's not an easy thing to cope with.
I bet it isn't. You've been very adamant about it, but I think that there's actually a part of me that thinks we probably would have met each other a lot sooner. Maybe that's just wishful thinking.
You think you'd have been more bold than me?
Oh no, I think you'd still be the one to make the first move. I just think you would have seen. I would have been
delivering flowers to your mailbox with intention.
Exactly. You'd be cracking my facade before. You'd see the cracks in my facade a lot sooner too, and be like, "Oh shoot, oh that's me for real, for real." So yeah, I think because of that, I think we probably would have ended up together a lot sooner. Just because, it might have, first couple flower deliveries, I'd be like, "Oh, thank you for the dye," and just boop. And then like eventually you'd realize, "Oh shoot, I have to write this shit out. This guy's too dumb. He's a big dummy."
He's just going about his life painting his pictures.
Yeah, worrying that they're gonna hurt somebody. Worrying that their pictures are going to lead to someone else getting hurt. Oh, I'm not even sure if I would write at that point. I guess I'm assuming that seer, no. In this hypothetical, I am an artiste.
Exactly.
Can't be changing the hypothetical halfway through now, can we?
Nope.
Yeah, it wouldn't exactly be fair, especially not after someone's already answered.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's see. You got another one locked and loaded?
Oh, I should have been thinking about it during that time. I wasn't. Deep cut, hard hitting questions.
I mean, you're really good. You got me real good with that first one.
I know. I had my most deep and intense question first, and now all the other ones will just be, will pale in comparison.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know, it's hard. We've been wrapped up in this life for so long.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to think outside of it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, someone like me, unfortunately, gets to glimpse, occasionally, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of a weird similarity between you and me now.
Yeah.
You get to see the future, and I get to be locked in the past for a little bit.
True.
Granted, yours are daily and mine's yearly, so I think one of us probably definitely has these issues a lot more frequently than the other. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've done an immense amount of magical research. Nobody can
Yeah.
really say anything else about it. But
Mm-hmm.
what was the point? This is less hypothetical and more, you put so much time and effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of, creating things to protect the family and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
what's the larger point? You've done more than anybody else, I'd say. You've always been so driven and drawn to it, despite proclaiming up and down that you're no good at magic. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair,
you ever think about that?
Well, I mean, I thought about it every time I wrote down more stuff in the book. It'd greet me every single time I opened the first page. I am Term, and I cannot do magic.
Mm-hmm.
And it always felt, it always felt strange. Just because I think the answer changes over time. At first, it was, I'm doing magic because I've found this new thing, and it interests me.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off and something or someone catches your eye, and you just can't help but throw your everything into it, and that's how I've always been. So the moment that I found my back door to magic, as it were, it was something nice. And then Goldie started getting hurt, and that stacked on top of it, and I felt like I needed to, use what I could do to help the people around me. And then eventually things started to slow down. And at some point I remember it was after I had started taking my actual rests and getting, actually well-meaning like stuff out of it. And when I didn't have a project, I made things that just were interesting, something that I could know. I went, I made that floating sand stuff just because I could. And it was nice knowing that I could. After living for so long basically powerless compared to everybody else, it was nice to finally, I don't know, show the world that I could, that even if it tries to beat me down, even if it continues to take things that I care about, no matter how many times it keeps throwing stones my way, I'll get back up stronger.
So true.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I think really depends on how I'm feeling. Because sometimes I don't know when to quit. I don't know how, I'm all this stuff and more. But sometimes when I'm looking through it and I see things that remind me of what other people have done, and I look back at what the ancestors used to do and what they were using magic for, it's scary. Because it means that there's a chance somewhere out there that maybe I haven't changed. And I think that's kind of boring, not to change. Don't you agree? Or at least not to change in a way that you would want to change, I guess.
Hmm.
It's like changing for the worst, if I don't know. And then yeah, that seems to be a lot of what I would ended up doing. And of course now I've kind of become more, I've been pulled back into it, and I know I've been doing my best. I've gotten better. I've done my best to offer help where I can without stepping in, becoming more of an observer to the whole thing, which is, not gonna lie, kind of nice. Also, the fact that like through magic I was able to learn more about myself. That
Mhm.
that was very nice to know. Also scary at times, but you know. But what about you? I guess you don't really have a similar thing to magic that you would have. That seems more like a specifically me question, but
Mm.
I know as a seer, your whole you continued to use your powers for the people around you in a similar way.
Mhm.
And what do you think that was all for? What do you've told me on multiple occasions that you were a pretty lonely person, and that it didn't really have a lot. Hell, like you made one wrong move and everybody kind of started going against you.
Mm.
And I don't think that's fair. I certainly didn't think it was fair, and there wasn't a lot that I could really do about it, but I know the reasons why you did it. Or at least I know the reasons why you did stuff like that. But after so many years of being a seer, like, I guess it's like, what do you think the point of it was? What do you think, like, do you think it was that you used it right? That you were doing what that gift was meant for, warning everybody, or do you think it was something else?
That's an interesting question.
Well, I mean, when we have something that's specifically catered to me, I have to rework it to be specifically catered to you.
Of course, of course.
Mhm.
I think there's no right or wrong way to use the gift.
It's a tool, like magic.
Exactly. It's. I think what's fascinating about seeing the future is that there are many people that would give up a lot to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But what some people perceive as a gift isn't always as it seems. And so you do the best with what you have, and every person who has it uses it a little differently.
Yeah.
I can't say that any other member of my family used it better or worse than I have, but I think that doing nothing with it is the worst way to use it. Because there's very little personal gain in seeing the future, because you can't change it.
Huh. All right. Let's see. That one was a good one. That one was good. Let's see. I forget. Are we on mine or yours? Yeah, we're on mine now, because
yes,
you hit that one.
Yes, I started that one technically, and then you kind of asked it back, but
yeah, it's like I had to change it. Oh, well,
interrupted.
Okay. Well, it was bound to happen.
Eventually, it always does.
Yeah, I guess I will say the one thing. Oh my! Right out of the head.
Yeah, you've got one in your shoulder.
Oh. But yeah, like, I guess another thing with magic would be now that I know who I used to be, a part of me kind of wants to start fixing, the stuff that was left behind. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do. I'm not sure if, it's definitely not my responsibility, especially if I'm not truly them, all things considered. But if I have similar capabilities, it only makes sense to try and use it for. I've always been the same person when it comes to this stuff. If you have the ability to use what you can do to help somebody, even if it feels like even if it feels lesser compared to what everybody else can do, and you don't use it to better yourself or better other people, then what are you using it for? Like you said, it's the worst thing to use this kind of stuff for is to not use it at all.
That is true. You know?
Yeah. Huh. But yeah, that's now I need to think of one. See, like, you made the first move, but I'm the one who did the first date.
That is true.
Where do you think you would have taken me first? If it like, like if you were the one who decided, hey, bozo, I'm picking you up by the scruff of your neck, we're going out somewhere. Like, what do you think? What do you think it would have been?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, and then when I have to answer it, I already have my answer.
Yeah, it's not it's not a question I can ask back, really. I'll have to come up with my own version of it.
Yeah. Maybe like what the note would be. What the note, if I was the one to make the first move.
You're gonna have to put yourself in a hypothetical universe where you decided to act first, and that's gonna be.
Yeah.
You already decided in the other hypothetical universe I'd still have to act first, so you're gonna have to really...
A world where I wasn't dense as the armor that I carry.
Where would I have taken you? I'm such a homebody. Probably. I mean, no one really went out past what we've now coined as Postman's Bridge, but I did a lot of my, flower foraging back there. Obviously, you saw, you were one of the few, exactly, you were one of the few people that saw the boat that I used to take out. So, I probably would have taken you to one of the places that I went to collect my flowers, as kind of a, you were the one that was always supplying me, but there were beautiful fields that I tried to proliferate a bit. You can't just take it all. You gotta keep it up and running.
You can't just take from one thing. You gotta use them all.
Exactly.
Equally.
Act sustainably, and I think there's something kind of beautiful in something that's been established for so long that you can just keep going back to.
Yeah.
So I think
this is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten it. We've been so lost in thought.
We missed we've missed two sunrises. Well, now you get to put yourself deep in the thought of
yeah.
How it would have played out? What would you have said to me? Do you think you'd have said something before I did? That's another,
I think, assuming that, like, this is a world where I would have made the first move, which is a world where everything would have absolutely worked out, like, it's so much earlier.
Yes.
I think it would have still been a letter, because I have always been more prone to writing. When I have emotions that I'm not sure how to deal with, I write. I can't tell you how much poetry that I've written. Just, I don't talk about it a lot. I think like one section of my poetry is in the library, but like, it's like, it's something that I, if I wasn't a postman, I probably would have been a writer. And I think I probably would have sent you a letter being like, hey, I have noticed the kind of person that you are. And, I care about. See, I'm awful with talking words. That's the problem. I
should have brought a book to write it down in.
Oh, I really should have. If I had it'd probably be a similar thing to what I told you when we first sat down here. That I don't know these emotions. These are new to me. And I do care about you an awful lot. And if you would permit me to, I would love to explore them. You know? Just in case. Weirdly, it kind of fits with what your letter said, where you were very adamant that things are that, like, you know, you wanted to make sure that no words were left unsaid and no actions were left undone before what we assumed the end would be.
True.
You know? So yeah, I think that'd probably be the similar. We'd end up like, you would have gotten, you know, there we go again. History repeating itself, just in a different order.
It's true. It's true.
I wonder if that's why the future gets, like, easier. I wonder if that's why you have such an easier time seeing the future compared to everybody else. Maybe you're not looking into the future. Maybe you're looking into the past. Yeah, that doesn't sound quite right, you know. Because then that just means that no matter what we do, we always end up doing the same thing.
Well,
and considering who I used to be, I'd rather not. I'd rather not end up like that. Oh, you know. It's like, I'd rather not, you know, that guy got killed in, like, you know, ended up somewhere where dude didn't even get a grave. You know?
Yeah, but if it didn't happen the way it did,
then
you wouldn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always the weird part about this whole thing, is just like,
can't really hate the person that created you, in a sense.
Yeah.
Or you kind of created yourself around him, really.
Well, I might have a question for the next go around. Do you you want to go on next?
I can answer another question.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter
It doesn't really have to. It doesn't have to be a 50-50, you know, it's a conversation.
It really is. Okay, so like, I am sitting in this position where I know that my very creation required awful, horrible things to happen to other people. Things that I had no control over. But the fact that I am here today is because those awful things happened. And I guess if you were in that situation, if you knew that the things and people and actions that brought you into this world, like, that led to any good that has happened that you have done, could only have happened because of those bad things, would you feel responsible for them? Because I know my answer. It's, you know,
yes.
I've been, you know, we both know my answer.
We both know your answer. That's hardly even worth answering.
Yeah. You know, at least for, you know, it's hardly worth me answering, but you know, if you know that in order to be here that bad things had to happen to something, would you not feel bad for the people that you ended up hurting? Do you think, you know, it's like, would you feel responsible or feel like maybe you should find a different way about it, if you could find a different way?
Well, I think there's an additional question in there to ask.
Unfortunately. You know, some questions require context.
I mean, would you hold anybody else to that? Would you expect anyone else in the village to pay for the crimes of a past that they didn't have control over?
Let's go through the people. The only person I can really think of is Newt.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think I would.
Wow.
Because Newt was doing stuff under duress. And I guess that's not really fair either. Because they were there at the time of my stuff, so my actions sort of... This is one of those things where if I answer, it's kind of bias. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like... Yeah, I don't... Unfortunately, no one else really has a past that wasn't really tainted by my creation, so I guess I can't really put them in the same situation. I guess if I were to put them in my situation...
Exactly.
If I were to do that, if they were me, and they had these bad things happen, I don't think I'd want... I'm not sure if I would hold them accountable. I wouldn't want to, but I can't guarantee that I wouldn't subconsciously feel like something, you know? It's hard not to separate that, and even when we do separate it and we put myself in Newt's place and Newt in my place and everything else in whatever this crazy, wacky world, it's like... I don't think it would be right to do so, but that doesn't mean I can guarantee that I wouldn't. It's like, just because something isn't right doesn't mean that it doesn't still happen, you know? Just because you have just because, like, something is unfair doesn't really change anything. People reacted to Goldie for Flam just being around.
Yeah.
And that wasn't right of them, but, there's a part of me that can't quite blame them, It's like, I can see why Flam stabbed me in the back in the day. And, there was a part of me that fully was like, okay, I kind of don't want this to be the case. And I was probably not the kindest. Both of us weren't the kindest to them back when they first showed up. But, I guess that it's another moment where love changes you. Love change, caring about Goldie changed Flam a tiny bit, and seeing that care, seeing that love that they were showing changed us. And maybe that's where the love comes from. Maybe that's where the change comes from.
I mean,
I don't know.
Consider all the situations that would have been improved had people not reacted negatively to things that were out of the control of the person that they were reacting negatively to. I think that people, community breeds chaos in that way.
That
it's
feels like a bit of a blanket statement there.
Well, I'm talking in terms of what we're discussing, which is, you asked me if I would feel responsible in your shoes. I don't know if you would feel as responsible as you do right now if people didn't react so negatively to it. If you came out and said, I'm, the doctor, right? I'm Maurice Townsend, and they said, you were, but you aren't now, do you think you'd feel nearly as responsible?
See, I've already done this to a couple people, though I guess more accurately, Newt figured it out, but... And, it's like Newt and Oobleck anyway. Oobleck apparently they can... Did you know that they can see souls?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Apparently apparently they've known since the beginning, and I guess that should be relieving, because despite knowing who I used to be, they still were willing to talk. And that's what kind of gets me confused about Oobleck right now, because it feels like they're not they're not acting like they usually do. I think a
Mm.
lot of people aren't, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So I guess my answer is no. I don't think I would feel responsible, but I think that the responsibility and the guilt is less about what is in your past and more about how people react to you now. Even, Newt seems to have made it a big ordeal, right? To reveal this information to you.
Yeah.
So, doesn't that just add to the guilt?
In their defense, I don't think that they were trying to do Newt's family. And so I know that even if it wasn't their intention, even if I know that it couldn't have been their intention to reveal this in a way that hurt me. But unfortunately, I'm very aware that sometimes you don't really get an option in how news gets delivered. And in Newt's case, they were trying to make an effort to make sure that it was told to me in a place that would be helpful, but unfortunately with the explosions and everything, that's not exactly sometimes it's just not a good time to reveal something. Sometimes no matter what time you receive a message, it'll lead to the same conclusion, like you said.
And why did they feel like they needed to tell you? That's the real question, because
I've talked to them about my dreams, and I've been very adamant about how these dreams make me feel. And they, I guess, in some way wanted to give me a reason for why these dreams were happening, and to make sure that I wouldn't blame current me myself for any of that stuff. That just because I'm having those memories and dreams and stuff doesn't mean that I'm them. I think Dr. Echoes put it very well when I had a therapy session with them, that I'm not the same. I'm recycled. Not the same. Same parts, but put together in a different order.
And yet the question you just asked me is if you would feel responsible to make up for it, and your answer was yes. So didn't they kind of fail at that?
People fail all the time. Can't blame people for their failures, right? Sometimes the answers that we give don't always make perfect logical sense, but that doesn't make them any less right. People are flawed. I'm flawed. And that's what makes me a person, right?
Yeah.
All right. That was a weird stringy line of questions. Sorry about that.
No, why are you apologizing?
Took a lot of clarity. Probably a force of habit. I had a question halfway through there, and now my brain's trying to recall it. It felt important. If I were not me, if I learned that if I was not me, if this person that you saw wasn't actually them, if it was something or someone else, do you think you'd still love them?
It's an interestingly obtuse question.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of time to think when you realize that your soul might be affecting you in different ways. I want to, I might be fishing for compliments here. Who knows? Want to make sure that it's not just personality, but also,
Yeah. Oh, you're worried about it not being your personality that I like. I'm just in it for your body. Is that it?
Well, there's a part, you've been very you've had some very interesting reactions to certain things. Don't think I forgot when I was changing my bandages.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You were as red as a tomato. You were starstruck. And now, don't get me started on all the Cavs comments. How I didn't know, how I didn't see, it's beyond me.
You know? That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
So would...
And of course, I think I will be answering this question too, so don't feel like you're not gonna get an answer.
Okay.
You know.
We're fishing for compliments on both ends, of course.
Oh, of course. Like you can't give without getting, right? That's like that's the first rule of magic.
That is true. That is true. There's
It's
always
like, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Well, unless you're with Bear. Then Bear is always making a free. Well, then because then price cut comes at Bear's expense. It always stops somewhere. There's always a source.
Yes,
somewhere.
That is true. There's always a source.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that every person is the sum of all their parts, and attraction is based on a person in their entirety. So, are you asking me if you think if perhaps you were not linked?
If the parts were in the quote-unquote wrong order, not the order that you assumed they were in, or things like that. If things seemed, would you still love me at the same point? Because you can love a cake, you can love how it tastes, but if you don't make the cake right, it's not going to taste right, right? Kind of feels like it'd be a similar thing.
That's true. I mean, sometimes it's hard to speak on hypotheticals like that because we can be so different when configured slightly differently, but
yeah,
I don't know, it's hard to ignore a person leaving flowers in your mailbox every day even if they don't realize that they're flirting with you.
I feel like that doesn't answer the question.
All right. In a different configuration. Again, it's a little vague.
I mean, most hypotheticals are.
That's...
If you need clarification, like I can try. You can ask clarifying questions. I gave you that whole loop around.
That's fair. That's fair. I like to take them at face value, but yeah. Is in this hypothetical, would I still be interested in you if things were different?
Yeah.
Are we... I guess it's the question, if things were different, is very vague. So,
yeah.
What...
Because there's a, infinite amount of...
Exactly.
Things, so.
I think it's maybe naive to say, to just simply...
That there would even be an answer.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're different, I'm probably different. You never know.
Yeah, because we affect each other.
Exactly.
We've unfortunately become a bit too in tune with each other's wavelengths to think of each other as anyone else.
That's true. That's true.
I think that's fair. I feel like it was probably unfair to ask that question because I don't think I'd say that I'm not sure, but then you explained like I thought I had an answer, and then you explained like the infinite, like how obtuse that would be, and now I'm sitting here like, yeah, that was fucking obtuse.
I mean, I think the romantic side, right? The impulsive side wants to say yes, of course. But is that realistic? We're asking difficult questions. And looking
like
for difficult answers.
Yeah. And that's kind of half the fun, right? Yeah. If I I'm sort of in the same boat now, where I'm
Mm.
not sure because I wouldn't have,
Each
you
of
know.
each of us is the sum of the parts that makes us up, and while currently our current configuration has created two compatible people, who
Are we sure
knows?
that those same configurations would end up in the same sort of
Exactly.
situation?
If I was the town guard and you were a baker, would it be the same interest? You never know.
I'm sorry, is that like some weird like tea about panda and bear?
Oh, who
Actually,
knows?
that's a really cute name, Panda Bear. Oh, that's like, huh.
That is quite cute.
Yeah, nah, bear is in love with Addie, like heart and soul.
Well,
Big.
yeah, but
Oh right, that reminds me. You have a letter from Addie.
Oh.
You know, I got it this morning, and I got one myself. You know,
I'll check that
they're
out.
just telling me to hold in there because they know I'm strong. You know,
of course.
I know the kids also got a letter, but I don't think they checked the mailbox. So one of us has to, right?
Yeah. Old habits die hard.
Old habits do die hard. Oh, yeah. All right. Any other questions? Maybe get us back on the ball.
True. I gotta think about one a less obtuse one that doesn't really have an answer.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, may have gotten a bit too off the beaten path there.
Well, you know, sometimes these kinds of questions take you in odd directions.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, to no avail. But
yeah. Well, I mean, there's information to be gathered even if the answer isn't satisfying, right?
Oh.
Just because you don't know the answer doesn't mean that it wasn't interesting to come to that conclusion, right?
Yep.
Oh, well.
Sorry, I heard the arrow hit and I was just getting ahead of it.
Yeah.
You know, before I took another header.
Yeah. Yeah, how's that necklace been treating you? I know back when I used it, I'm pretty sure like there were many points where I should have gotten hurt and didn't.
Oh yeah, most certainly. Certainly.
I'm actually not even sure. Well, actually no. You have a mana ring and another.
I do.
So yours actually works. I know mine's kind of out at the moment.
Oh.
Didn't it? I had like a mana mirror, and so as long as like the mana pool was full, I would have it, and then, you know,
yeah,
it's like it is an unfortunate. It's like, hey, I could have something set up that just constantly gives mana, but then, you know, if that thing gets compromised, suddenly, I've had the same I had the same problem with back when I fell into the caves. Oh well. I'm sure one day I'll find a solution for it. Yeah. Then again, the only reason I ran out because of the caves was because of the because of the trying to get stronger, and maybe I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But yeah, keep thinking on that question. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear that I woke up with like unable to sleep. Like just something keeps, you know, hitting the back of my brain, and I don't know what it is. I don't like it though.
Oh.
You know, like it's just one of those things where like I kind of like it, and then because it's not fair to say that I don't like it, because like there's parts of it I do like, and then the parts that I like stop. And then I don't like the fact that they've stopped, if that makes sense. You know, it's like, you know, what people wouldn't do for a bit more time, right? Unfortunately, I can't grow that.
You cannot grow time. That is true.
Yeah.
Not on any plant that I've ever found, at least.
Not on any of the plants I've made.
I don't know. This date's been a bit more of almost an interrogation.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it an interrogation.
Mm.
You know, I think I would say that we've both been enjoying this. We get to pick each other's brains a bit.
That is true.
You know, it's nice to know, who you're talking to and what they truly are like. Or at least what they try to truly be like.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's like, because not everybody knows who they are,
Mm-hmm.
I think, eventually you get to a point where you have a good enough approximation of who you are, and then you can kind of cheat off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, Mm-hmm.
I guess this one's a bit more specifically pointed, but
that's okay.
You were talking about feeling like you need to make up for everything. That your core cause. Let's put it that way.
You can use his name if you want.
No, I don't want to upset you.
It's okay. I've, part of dealing with Oobleck for a while there was, grappling with him and his information. He is a slippery one, that's for sure. It's like, it's weird to call him slippery because he's also at the same time sticky. And in my mind, those two words are separate.
Yeah.
Like, those should be opposites, and yet they're both. Right?
Yeah. It's
kind of
creature.
like a weird. They're squeamchy. That seems like a. That's not a word, but it I think it conveys the feeling.
And that's it's not a word, but it is something.
Yeah.
So, I guess my question is, if you feel responsible to make up for everything, what do you plan to do? Because that's,
Well, I know logically. I know that I can't fix everything. That just, that's not feasible for me. Like, those people are still dead.
Yes.
I can't fix that. I can't, and not only that, they're not just like undead, they're like dead. But like, maybe just, try and keep doing what I've been, being, there for people, being a part of this community, trying my best to not let myself do what they did, and, like, I know there's like a part of me that kind of wants to help fix some of those zombified horses, because even though they're not people, it'd be nice to have them being the same again. Or I guess, same is a relative term, because I don't know what the same is for them.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe if I tried to bring them back, and they'd be a completely different horse at that point. I don't know. I'm trying to get in the mind of a horse now, and that's just silly.
That is like a bit absurd.
It's like, that's like asking someone if they'd love you if you were like a worm. Like,
yes.
of course, if they love you and you're still you and stuff like that, obviously they'd still do their best to keep you safe and love for you and care for you. But the love and care would be different at that point, because you have different needs and different requirements.
That is true. Yeah. So there's not really much of a plan behind wanting to. I think
it's more like a set of ideals, like wanting to make, like, I guess it's less trying to fix what they're doing and making sure what happened doesn't happen again. Putting in safety measures, doing what Flam said, and filling up, making sure that the history is written down, so that way, if anything happens again, I know there's a part of me that kind of wishes that, like, Oobleck was on our side, but unfortunately they're not, because You know, like they could literally eat things and then gain their memories or whatever. And so we'd have firsthand accounts and not how we see things, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess it's just a matter of,
Mhm.
largely what you feel responsible for is the reactions and opinions of other people, which isn't something you can really change. You're, you're wanting
I
to
don't know.
embody a set of ideals, but those aren't any different than what you are now.
Maybe I just want to make sure I don't, now that I know, I don't. Flam had a wonderful thing that they told me, a bit of advice. Be careful whose footsteps you walk in. And I didn't really know what they meant by that. And now that I do know, it's my response. Beforehand, I couldn't be blamed for it because I didn't know. But now I do. And that means it's at least my responsibility partially to make sure that I don't. Now that I know whose footsteps to avoid.
But
if that makes sense.
What do you give up to avoid walking in those footsteps?
Well, I guess that's a question I'll have to answer whenever I cross it. I know I've already done a lot of things that are similar to them, and I've done a good job without knowing. Now it's something I have to think about, actively. It's like, oh, hey, towing a bit too close here and there. I know one thing. I want to try and solve this. I want to solve this Oobleck problem in a way that that didn't get solved before. If Oobleck's even telling the truth, them getting like grounded before. I'd like to solve whatever is going on there in a way that doesn't require that because, Oobleck, I'm sure, has a thing in mind. Same thing with the predator situation, if I can. Because just because things seem to be what they are doesn't mean that they always are. If I knew everything, and I could sit those parties down and come to an agreement that everyone was okay with, everybody, like every single party, I think that would be my ideal. Now, of course, I can't guarantee that's realistic, but I can dream, right? I can hope.
You certainly can. You certainly can.
Yeah. It's like, I want to make sure that if we have the option, we can. Because, like I said, we've made this mistake before, multiple times, and with multiple, generations, I'm sure, where we run headfirst into something. We ran into the rot in the vines, thinking that the vines were the problem, and the vines weren't the problem. And then, Goldie and Flam, we ran headfirst at Owl, and it wasn't Owl who was the problem. Honestly, there's a part of me that, it's like, I'm sure that the village before everything happened to them, ran headfirst into the danger and came out lesser for it. Honestly, the unfortunate thing is that the only common variable between all of these is everybody rushing ahead without thinking, not using their head, and, well, me.
That's true.
For the longest time, I was concerned that, I didn't feel like I was part of the village, and I don't know, and it was like, hey, everybody else here knows their family members. They know they have history here, but I didn't. And weirdly, I do now, and I'm not sure how I feel about it now. Because that history isn't one that I particularly would have wanted. And I guess that's how it goes at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
You ask for something and it doesn't quite come out the way that you were hoping.
That's true. Yeah. I'm curious in this hypothetical position of being an intermediary, saying like, oh, if you could have it your way, you'd just sit everybody down and have a conversation,
Yeah.
right?
It feels like
Yeah, how would you broach a conversation between a mad, violent creature and a predator, as he calls it?
I think probably the best thing would be to make sure that the two parties are separate from each other. Not like fully separate, but like where one could not affect the other. Somehow having a place where they are on equal ground, where there is no running at them without thinking and trying to kill them or whatever. And and also we'd have to have the rest of the village there, because whatever has been going on has been affecting the village. It's important to make sure that these people who are being affected are allowed to say their piece and are allowed to talk and are allowed to have a say in what happens. That's why we started doing town meetings, and we haven't done a town meeting in a long time, but it hasn't really felt like we've needed one. I'm just not sure. It's weird. I don't think I have an answer quite yet. I think, and this might just be me following in footsteps again, but I think I'd probably find something that would allow power over both of them, because both of them are strong, or at least they seem strong. And making sure that they know, making it understood that the person who is in charge of that power wants to hear them both out, and as long as they are willing to play nice, the world will play nice. And again, that I feel icky just saying that, because that feels, I hate to say it, it sounds like something straight out of the logs. But it's like, it doesn't feel me, and I guess technically it's me, but not me. This is confusing.
It does get a little difficult, kind of denying a part of yourself, right?
I don't know. It's like, again, it's technically not a part of myself, but because like it's recycled. It's the same pieces.
Recycled objects are still a part of the final product.
Yeah, but those parts aren't in the same thing. Like, they're not. It's like, I'm trying to word it in the right way. If you melt down a helmet, and then you turn it into a dagger, you can't say that it has the same abilities and it is the same as a dagger. I mean, the same as a helmet. It's gone from something that can defend to something that can attack. And the process through which it has changed has made it unable to be those other things. When you recycle something, when you reforge something that's sort of a similar thing.
Certainly.
Trying to call it a helmet when it's not a helmet is just crazy.
You've changed its job, but at its core, it's still made of the same stuff.
Yeah, but it has a completely different aspect to it by which it was shaped, the mold that it was poured into, I guess. And so again, it's like trying to say that it is a helmet is wrong.
I would never say that a dagger a helmet, a dagger that's been made from the metal of a helmet. I would never call that dagger a helmet. However, the metals you use for armor are generally stronger, more durable, and so reusing those things gives you a stronger, more durable weapon.
Potentially.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think what I need to find is, if I'm to not be confused while saying this kind of stuff, is I need to find what similarities still exist despite, because like, again, in that example, it's both of them are made of like some metal, say like iron.
Yes.
And so you can just say, hey, this was made from iron.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, yes, that iron came from a helmet, but that doesn't mean that it still is. You know, it's the constant between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And it's concerning trying to find a constant between myself and him, you know? Because, you know, it's like, I mean, if you have, like, like, I've been struggling with this for a while. If you have anything, I would love to hear it, you know? You always seem to have a better grasp on this kind of stuff, being able to whisk the clouds away, so to speak.
Oh, yes, make it clear.
Yeah, you know. Like your unique perspective, you know?
My unique perspective. I mean...
You know, being the closest person to me and actively knowing that, like, or at least reading the logs of MT back and seeing, like, their effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know? If I asked anybody else this, I feel like, you know, if I can't ask people like Panda, you know, Panda's, you know, forgotten. They still see me, but they don't see me. And I don't think they remember anything about MT. And, you know, I can't ask Newt, because Newt would be very adamant that I'm not them. And obviously so, because they sort of go through the same thing. You know, can't ask my kids. They don't know anything about who that man used to be, and everybody else in town is
afraid.
Well, everybody else in town, they either are afraid or they don't know. And, you know.
Well, I mean, obviously I only have the logs to go off of, really, and snippets of things that I've glanced in dreams when we were having those, you know, the stressful time, but...
yeah.
As I said earlier, I think a prowess for magical research, being a person who is a self-proclaimed magical dunce, let's say, that doesn't come from nowhere. If there's one thing I think we can all be certain of is, despite him being, you know, absolutely mad, he knew what he was doing when he was looking at that, looking into that research. And that kind of drive is definitely reflected in you, I think. I mean, that nearly obsessive tendency to get sucked into your work.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing, you know? We addressed it as negative because of how he used it, but...
just like a tool, it can be used right.
Exactly. And that's what I mean when I say denying parts of yourself is only gonna harm you. I mean, consider Goldie, right?
Yeah.
No one has caused themselves more agony than her, purely by trying to deny a part of herself, you know?
I don't know. I'd say getting blown up on multiple occasions is pretty agonizing.
Well, certainly. I'm not saying that... I'm not talking physically. I'm talking emotionally. It is difficult because she, obviously, as I said earlier, had exterior factors, right? You can't stop people from hating you for no reason. And she had to deal with that, yeah. But, she wants to, where you want to, you have this kind of righteous desire to make up for what you have done. All she wants is to be separate from Olive.
Yeah.
And I think that can drive a person a little mad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I think that trying to deny parts of yourselves because the person who, you know, was running the show previously, I guess, is the best way to maybe put it, is only going to hurt you in the long run. You don't have to be them, but
You can still learn from them.
yeah, make use of those talents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you already have, you just didn't see it, really.
Yeah. You know.
Hmm.
It's honestly surprising what I pick up on. It's, you know, just like, it's always the small things, like, you know, magic having like similar things, like different like it's like, ooh, number, like, I swear for a little bit there going about the number 5 showing up over and over again. That was a trip. Every time 5 would show up, I'd be like, look, there it is. You know?
So true.
Oh. But yeah. You know? Yeah. Maybe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not really, I guess I won't really have to deal with it until winter shows up, but, you know. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I feel like we've done a lot of hypotheticals. Is there? Do you wanna pivot to a different topic, something a bit less?
Something a bit more in the now.
Yeah, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, you know. I think it's only fair. I've been talking your ear off about potential futures.
Well, technically, that last question was mine, so it's on you now.
No, true.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to talk with Panda about? I know, like, you said you know, you've kind of been very adamant that, like, Panda, you know, they've been memoryless for a while, and it kind of seems out of the blue to wanna talk with them.
Well, I think people were helping them previously try and maintain their memories, so maybe one of us can help bring them back. You never know.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I guess if there's a way to turn that question into one for me, that I guess we can keep going with that. Because I don't really have anything to do with Panda at the moment. Just kind of just been like, hey, you know, I'm here if you need, you know.
When did you get so interested in Victor's tea?
Oh, I've always been, you know, like Dr. Echoes would always come up and then they'd talk about it and it was always silly, you know. It's like Victor's tea has always been like just so fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, he's going out there and like he saw a dolphin and so he started swimming after it and then Dr. Echoes had it's almost like it's like a book, but like it's happening in front of you, you know?
That's true.
Like a play, you know, and getting to stay up to date on the tea that Victor has always been, you know, it's always been kind of, I don't never talk about it a lot, but like, you know, it's like mainly because we're both there at the time, and so it's like, you know, it's like, well, that doesn't need to be said.
Yeah, I've never known her to be so frantic to tell it to you, though.
Yeah, you know, she's
it's like
she's been
a newly developed interest, like more specific interest.
I think so. You know, she was gone for a long time, and so she was like, oh, and then, you know, she might also be trying to make sure that I feel okay, because, you know, like, you getting blown up, Cosmic Creeper dying, like, the past 3 weeks have just been, like, thing after thing after thing, and, you know, they were my therapist for a little bit. Now they're more like a life coach kind of thing, I think is what they go by now, because they're not... Apparently therapy is like a thing where they're from, where it's like, you need like an actual degree for this, and we don't have colleges here, so they can't really get a degree of that. So but like, you don't need one for being a life coach. And so, you know, I've talked to them about my issues and my thought processes and stuff, and so, you know, they've been a lot more open with me. You know, definitely a lot better than when we first met, when, Goldie was, when Goldie was having their issues and I didn't know how to deal with it. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Oh well, I guess I should probably wait to see if that feels good, if that's like a good answer for you, because like I don't want to move on and not allow you to get clarification if you don't need.
No, I think it's a fair answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, I guess that was my question. So now you get a question that's more directed and not like piggybacking off of another one to fit into the whole thing.
Hmm. I guess that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Current events questions. I don't know. We've been talking hypothetically.
Yeah.
But I have asked you a lot of questions about what's been going on.
Yeah,
If you could change one thing about what's happened over the last, I don't know, month or two, what would you change?
Do I have the ability to do anything, or am I restricted to like things I can control? Because one of these questions is a lot more boring than the other.
Well, I mean, I guess one is pretty obvious, but I think how about both? One with your current limitations and one without.
If I was the one who was in charge of like the stone tablet of fate, over the past couple months, I don't think I don't think I'd want you. I say I don't think as if this would be any other option. I would have rather that explosion not happen.
Yeah.
I would have rather, you to get Cosmic Creeper, bring him home, and we could just, we could finish the reception because I care about you. I love you more than I think you'll ever possibly know, because I don't think there's enough words in this language or in the one or in Bear's language or in any of the other languages out there that could lead to that. I mean, I wouldn't have married you otherwise.
True.
If I could change, if I had the ability to change things and I had the option, I probably wouldn't have told Goldie and Elle and you the news in the lab. It felt good at the time, but as I've kept thinking about it, I realized that was more me being tired and trying to connect two things when at the same time I'm trying to say that they're not. I think it would have been better to have that conversation maybe here, where I can think clearer. But also, I guess at that point it would be like, hey, if you're going that far, you could have just been like, hey, you could have just come home earlier. But I don't think I think the information I got there was worth being gone, even if it hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's an impossible decision with that one, because on the one hand, I'm getting more information on Oobleck and the dangers they're perceiving, and the more information I get, the more likely I can be to keep you guys safe. And yet at the same time, by not being here, the kids feel less safe. And so as such, you're a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
Yes. We're back to that very beginning part of the conversation where we were saying, up on a pedestal and all that.
Yeah. I've I said it before, it may hurt, and I'm okay with them, not trusting me, because I wouldn't trust me after all that. But, if I could, I think it would have been much better done if I gave them the information in a different place. And it feels like it would have turned out different. The words would have come out in a different way. you know?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like something I could control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, thankfully, this question can be directed right back to you.
Oh, I see. I see.
You know, something realistic and something you could change completely.
Oh, I mean, I feel like my answer would also be kind of obvious in the if I had control, you know.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have not gotten so incredibly hurt. But realistically, things that I can control. I wish I had been a bit more firm with Elle while you were gone. I let them, well, I probably should have gone directly to Newt because they were staying awake with speed potions that Newt provided them for that whole week. I kind of wish I had insisted a little bit more, but I was not in a great place to be trying to enforce sleep. But I feel like they really struggled and suffered during that time. And I wish that I had been able to lay down the law a bit more.
Do you think it might have been a similar thing with the words? Where if you had had the conversation somewhere else, or if you had, if you could have used different words, like what words did you use, if you don't mind? Okay, I see this thing.
They just love shooting me with arrows. Oh, there's a second one coming.
There we go. I swear, I'm getting a bit too good with that. I swear, I've been rusty with it for a while, you know?
I think...
Right. But yeah, like, what were the words you used, like, exactly? Because, like, maybe that was why they were a bit less susceptible to it.
Well, I think if I had been able to convince them to come down off the roof, that probably would have helped. I think just getting them into a cozier place probably would have helped them relax a little bit. They kind of created their paranoia tower, and I think Goldie probably wasn't helping. They were both really on edge, but so
I'm just gonna keep an eye out just in case. Just in case if I see anything.
I asked them to try not to worry and to prioritize themselves and their safety, you know, when
I don't see how that would affect. I don't see how Elle would be less susceptible to that. Are you sure that was all you told them?
Yeah. I really wanted them to prioritize themselves over me, which Goldie was really pushing for them to, to both be really concerned with my well-being while you were gone. And I think that was a big contributing factor and issue. And I just, I wanted them to leave the worrying to the adults because, a lot has been put upon them that shouldn't have been. Yeah.
Oh.
The day is coming so quickly nowadays.
Yeah, I think enough people have stopped dreaming about both of us that they can finally get some actual rest.
It's so true.
Oh my word. But yeah, that seems like, again, I can't see how those words would get to Elle, but I
think they just were too worried about things, and like I said, I think Goldie was really wanting them to take on that protective role like she was taking on, and it was just a bit of a cycle, and I wish I had been a bit more firm, like I said. With no, you need to come down off the roof and you need to go to sleep and take care of yourself.
Sorry, I wasn't here to help with that.
That's all right. It's you know, these things happen.
They shouldn't though.
I'm sure they won't hold it against you forever.
You know, if they do, I mean, I've lived a long time. I actually don't know how long I'm gonna live for, considering, you know, it's like Goldie was in there for a long time, and in the labs anyway, before they came up.
Yeah.
You know, and if that is like the point where they grow up, then like, how long is the rest of like kids stay kids a little bit, but like they don't stay kids for long.
Yeah.
And then like, the rest of their life is like a majority of that. Like, is it? I don't know. It's one of those concerns that I had while I was out worrying about Ublek. Just, like, oh yeah, my soul is this, and I'm doing this. How long am I going to be around for? That's a concerning thought.
Yeah.
I think at one point I asked myself, I'm like, how long do dragons live for? Oh shoot, I kind of hope they're like about the same, because like I don't know what I'd do if I lost you.
That's
there's I say that I don't know, but I think it's probably one of those things that I do know. I just don't think about it. It's just in the back of my head for when the time comes. It's like makes it easier to process things.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's see. That was your question to me, and then me driving it back. So now I need to think of one.
It starts to get a little confusing when we both answer the question. You got to remember who started the question.
Yeah. So I can't be the only person that noticed this.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that you noticed it too.
Okay.
Elle's eye is different, and behind their gills, it's different. Like, it's like green. And I'm wondering if like, do you have any idea what that might be? Like, like, are you concerned about it? Like, I feel concerned about it, because that doesn't just happen. Like, you blew up, and your hair kind of came in a bit different, and your eye came in different. But now Elle is different.
Do you think something happened to them and they're just not telling us?
I hope that's not the case. I mean, I guess they don't, them and Goldie don't really trust me to ask about this stuff if it is happening, so I was hoping maybe they had talked to you about it, because
no. I mean, when we were out on our walk this morning, they kind of did their usual up in the trees, up on top of buildings, We weren't super close together, so hadn't looked terribly closely, but I mean, something could have happened, and they just didn't tell us, or maybe they're getting a little sick. I don't know if, axolotls reflect their illnesses in their physical appearances, maybe.
I mean, we already know, like, fur is kind of different, but also Elle doesn't really have fur, and they're not, as far as we know, anyway, like, there's been no, like, Elle's never talked about any, like, winter dreams. Maybe they were too young to, like, fully have them yet. Like, there's something different about them, I did something different between me and Goldie. And I don't like talking about it, because at the end of the day, they're still my kiddo. They are mine, I would do anything to make sure that they are okay. I think that can be said for just about anyone that like is my family. Just about. But I just was hoping that maybe you had some insight on that.
That's all I can really contribute. I mean, it is
It's all right.
concerning. I would worry that maybe they got hurt as well or something. They did have issues with their eye before, when Goldie and them got in a fight, maybe.
Yeah, but that feels... the distance between those two actions feels a bit too far.
Oh, I'm not saying that the two would be directly related, but perhaps, a follow-on issue or something that happened
Yeah.
that they're just not saying. I mean,
I know it only really happened when they it only really happened when they like, they they went to bed in their own bed. But I've kind of been staying up downstairs, so I don't really know if like they moved to yours or. And also, that would be, I don't know.
I think Goldie
I don't
would have
know
kicked
enough
them
about
out.
medicine.
She's a bit of a bed
probably.
hog.
Probably. I could probably ask Newt about it. They're a doctor.
Yeah.
They know, this might be like some like weird axolotl disease that they studied a while back, and it's only just now. Maybe.
Manifesting.
I'll talk. Yeah, maybe I'll talk with them after the kiddos are done with their little expedition. I'm actually not sure if they're done with it yet or not.
I don't know either.
I mean, if you'd like, we can head over to the camp, see how they're doing. Maybe look off in the distance, take a walk, keep talking, keep asking questions and getting answers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you. I don't know. We've been here a long time. But
Listen,
I don't know. There's
I
part
have
of
to make up for lost time, right? It's like, especially if I'm gonna be having to do more work outside of this,
Oh.
It's like, because this isn't the end, unfortunately. I'm still, unfortunately, needed.
Huh.
And so, I'm gonna be doing some more stuff. Hopefully, rebuilding my magical, setup. Maybe we'll talk with maybe talk with maybe, I don't know, maybe Jacques. Jacques was really good with what they were doing. They back when they found me over at the village that way. I'm pretty sure Goldie told you about that. That's where I ended our fight with Oobleck.
Oh, I see.
Apparently while we were there, they were just like, this place smells like Predator. And the thing is that there is stuff there that I've only seen in a couple other places. And now I'm wondering if I might have to check that out later.
Oh.
But yeah, just, while we were there, me and Jacques was there, and, we were talking about magic and stuff, because they've been learning. And they did a good job. They did a pretty damn good job. Yeah. Anyway, I think the path is this way. There's like there's the dirt path.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Moving back.
It was off to God, I've hit my head on that way too many times. But yeah, like this is where Goldie's training ground was, and I believe over that hill is where Dr. Echoes was studying stuff.
I see.
Just want to see if they're doing okay, and then like, if I see them, then But yeah, now I'm trying to remember whose question it was.
Oh, I mean, I've been feeling like you have more questions for me than anything. Like there's something you wanted to talk about, but you haven't really brought it up yet. I don't know.
Oh, yep, there they are. They're having a good time.
Hello.
Looks like they're having fun. Looks like they might be coming over too.
I'm guessing they're ready to go.
Maybe.
Say hi. Don't really want to bother them.
Oh, hello.
What are you guys doing over here?
There you go.
Oh, we came to find you guys.
Where's Goldie? Didn't they come on the?
Looking for you.
What do you mean? Wait,
We've been over in one spot for like 2 hours.
Yeah, like we passed by them and we're like, hey, we're about to go on the thing.
Well, we were, adventuring for a couple days, and we found a huge Starbuncle statue and came back to tell people about it. And
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a big orange starbuncle with some source berries around it.
Yeah, maybe I'll yeah, I feel bad that they didn't get to come on your expedition.
Oh, they did.
Oh, okay, good.
Say afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
These guys just brought me back to see it.
They went. So we brought them back to town to tell people about it, being like,
That's-
"Hey, you ever anybody know anybody that wants to make a statue of that?" And then they decided to go find you. They've been looking for you.
Yeah. Okay. I was. I know Goldie was really looking forward to it. They were planning out like stuff that they would need, and You know, I'm happy they got to come along.
Yeah, I
Uh,
had fun.
Speaking of the kids, Newt, Elle seems,
A
you
little
know,
green around the gills.
yeah, a little green around the gills.
Is
So
that
to
because the
speak.
concussion?
Don't worry.
Concussion?
No, it's not because of the.
I'm just
Concussion?
kidding.
Don't worry
I was
about
so
it.
kidding.
Okay.
I was so
Okay, I
It's-
had to double check. I'm like, don't tell me that they fell off the roof at some point.
They were
No, there was a. Don't worry about it.
They
I've been
were cleaning
getting all these
cobwebs.
health potions.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. If it's anything
Yeah.
weird, the health potion should help, and if they don't, then we'll look into it a little further, see if it's anything,
Good,
you know,
good.
that needs looking at.
Yeah, I know I'd like to talk to you about that later, just because, like, I don't know, maybe my axolotl expertise might be able to help you with that, you know, being one and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, we've just kind of been sitting on the swing out that way, you know, talking, getting questions, etc. You know, I think we had a nice time. It was nice to forget about everything for a little bit.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably go ahead and start heading home. You know,
Yeah, I
we've
guess
been-
so.
I've
We
had-
had been-
I've been-
for you.
yeah, you know,
think
it's
so.
been nice. But yeah, you all enjoy. Do make sure to tell me about that statue, because those, I don't think I've ever seen one of those in the wild.
I mean, you read about him or something, or
More like, the starbunkles are very smart creatures. You know, I was able to get them to deliver mail for a little bit. They're actually smart enough to know that once I retired, that I wasn't their boss anymore, and then they didn't want to listen to Elle, and that was unfortunate. Yeah, they it's like I didn't expect a whole workforce of like you know, squirrels that I was, you know, giving like gold to and stuff like that to like just be like, hey, you're not our boss anymore, and we kind of only came here because you were our boss. So, you know, it was really strange, but you know, more power to them. And you know, then Elle kind of had to take over the stuff on their own. I hope they're okay. I know they don't talk about like the routes that much, so I hope that they've, you know, if they need a break, I'm more than happy to dust off the old cap, so to speak, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back to get back.
Yeah.
That sentence was weird.
No, it's all
Anyways.
good. Yeah, we should probably get to our boat as well. Maybe make sure we didn't leave anything at the house, because we did kind of rush when we came back.
Yeah, sure.
You know. Yeah. Anyway, you enjoy your day, Dr. Echoes. You as well, Fish, and you know, just maybe we'll see you when we get back to town.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a lot
All
of
right.
stuff to write down and stuff like that.
Oh, of course. Oh, look at that. Getting we're getting a sunset soon. Yeah. Not as good as a sunrise, I feel, though.
Oh yes.
You know,
certainly
there's something beautiful about a new beginning instead of a sweet end, you know? It's like they're both beautiful in their own regard, obviously, but
yeah,
you know, I know my preference.
Not biased at all.
You know, I have more good memories of sunrises than sunsets. You know. Oop. Let's see. Actually, I'm trying to think. Did we leave anything? I think all that was left was the map, right?
Yeah, I don't think we left anything in the house. I think we pretty much, I mean, outside of the furniture.
Yeah, let's go ahead and you know. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, we probably don't want to move the furniture. It's not like we have a place for it.
Well, it's not like we're not going to come back here ever either, you know. Should leave it furnished for...
Exactly. You know, it'd be kind of a waste to make a house and only use it once.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh god, I still remember when I was camping out here. God. Oh. Man, I left some. So I did have brown mushrooms. I just left them here. That's concerning. Oh well, it's always something, right? You always leave some. Also,
they can never leave our
man.
boats in peace.
Okay.
Oh.
You know, it was bound to happen.
Yeah,
you know?
one slap too many.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. There we go.
There
We'll
we
make
go.
sure to dock this boat back where we got it, so that way we're not just funneling all the boats from there over to the other
yeah,
dock.
I guess we have to go on another long boat ride.
I mean, there's no one else I'd rather take it with.
We just get to cozy up for a little longer in the little boat.
Yeah. There we go. Once we get back, it'll probably be still nightfall, so I'll have to put my armor back on. But there's not really a lot of dangerous things out in the water unless you go really far out. Those drown that we found during our pirate adventures were always
a little
troublesome.
dangerous, yeah.
Yeah. I still really wish I fixed up that trident that I caught that one time.
Yeah.
It was nice, it was cool. It had like a lot of, it's like this thing is only ever wielded by these guys. So like the fact I was able to catch one and use it, like it was so fragile.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised that they're able to use it as much as they do,
Yeah.
Little dolphin. You think that one knows Victor?
I have heard that dolphins gossip, so.
Oh man, I'll have to subscribe to Dolphin Gossip Monthly.
Oh yes. The crows aren't the only ones that gossip.
Oh yeah, they're just more partial to I get a discount every so often.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
They're a good friend of the crows, so I get the friends and family discount.
Probably easier to get crow gossip delivered as well, wings and all.
Yeah, plus also they're not in the water, so like they don't need to waterproof anything. Imagine getting like dolphin gossip and you sit down and it's like, wow, this is all smudged. All right, and we'll
Oh, there's a big one over there. Oobleck spies,
Oof. Well, I mean that's pretty far. You still feel concerned about it?
They can move, but it's fine.
Yeah, they're out of the way, and thankfully, they we've been doing a good job to make sure they're not getting too close. I still don't know whose the dog that is. Is that your dog? You have the other one.
Not mine.
Okay. So it's someone's. Well, I hope whoever their owner is comes back soon.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to bring some food over here for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a capable wolf. I'm sure someone out there. I'm sure it's lived out here this long, right?
Has anyone tried using water on it to see if it teleports to whoever it belongs to?
See, I would do that, but considering what happened with Cosmic Creeper, I don't want to accidentally kill someone's dog.
I don't think you're going to kill that dog unless I meant like you use like a bucket of water to move it a little bit, not like push it into a pond.
I mean, do you want to? I have a bucket.
We could give it a shot. We can always give it a shot and see if it... I mean, that would answer the question of who it belongs to if it goes somewhere.
Yeah.
It might just stay seated and...
Maybe.
Then we'll know it's just some dog that wandered into town, I guess.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Oh, well.
No.
Maybe they're their own dog.
Maybe they are.
Maybe they made that collar themselves.
Maybe it's just they're just accessorizing,
Yeah, it's like people are, if people are allowed to accessorize, I'm sure dogs are too.
Exactly. But it either,
Yeah.
doesn't belong to anyone who's around right now. Could be that they're too far away, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. I feel like the farther they are, the better chances it would be,
Yeah.
Because, it feels like if you're too close, they'd just be like, well, the person I care about is really close by, so,
It's fine.
I don't have to worry too much about it. All right. But yeah, I think after this week, there's only one set of potions that you still have left.
I'll be glad to be all done and have you guys worrying about me less. Man, these guys just, they are after us today.
Also, I'm just gonna put that back on.
See,
There
what
we
I
go.
say, always coming to my rescue.
Maybe currently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it's always been the opposite for most of the time. You know? Maybe we rescue each other. That's
Exactly.
what, you know. Also, I'll be real, I didn't realize we had so many. Oh, right. Talk about it, Bill. I forgot that we moved all of them here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
back
kind of...
when you know, they needed a place to stay. The you know, like, you know, that's, you know, picking up and leaving isn't exactly easy, but I guess it's easier for some people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Some people just, I mean, that's kind of why it's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah, because some people, you know, aren't too worried about it.
Oh, but didn't you guys see to talk to her?
Oh, they beat us back, I guess.
Well, I mean, they had the warp stone.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. We took the scenic route.
Yeah,
remember? Of course they were gonna get there first.
I didn't really
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Let's see. We should probably go ahead and get you home. I'm sure Goldie is waiting for you.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know how she couldn't find us. We literally sat in the same spot for 2 hours.
I mean,
for a
to
long,
be
long
fair-
time.
To be fair, they probably assumed we'd be home, you know? And then when they came home and we weren't there,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Oh, Sky's right there if you want to snag them, Panda.
I haven't tried the sanctuary.
But
Oh, who are you?
Oh.
Skyward just...
Oh.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Everything good?
You seen Goldie?
No.
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 All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We haven't seen her
no
all
trying to find
day.
Apparently.
Yeah, I haven't seen Goldie recently.
Okay.
Oh, cool. The people that we left our child with lost her. And you all were
Okay.
on me about going off alone on a walk through town this morning.
Oh,
Last
golly.
I knew, she was off on one of the little expeditions with Dr. Echoes.
Yeah, they
But
said...
they came
She
back
said
from
she
it.
came home. Should we?
I saw her in the village before, but they were heading towards Willowhaven.
Hmm.
Well, if they're
I
heading
can
towards...
check the house. She lets me in her room. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
certainly.
I mean, like, we could probably see her in the room, but yeah, that, you know, maybe she's in there. I feel like, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm. So it's something, right?
It's always something.
It's always something. Okay. Okay, maybe.
that or we could check her training yard too.
We were just there. I mean,
Oh, okay.
unless she returned there in
and,
the
like,
time
the-
that it
like-
took us to get back home.
I mean, would she go all the like? I don't think
All
like I
day?
feel like we would have seen her boat, right?
Mm.
No, because we took the long way around.
Yeah, we did take the long way around.
She's not in her room.
No?
No.
The last time I
think
saw
that
her
might be
was at the crater, and she went off to find you guys. That's
We
what
were-
she said.
Okay, well, if that's the case, we need to go and find her ASAP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we did stay in pairs, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you think you can run? You good?
Yeah, I can run.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't
Yeah.
want to lose you. Okay.
Term, if you want to cover more ground, I can stay with Sky.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
good-
If you
good
feel,
luck with
yeah,
that, okay?
I mean, then you can use your magical transport
Yeah.
and stuff and not to worry about me slowing you down.
Oh, that you make it sound so bad.
No. Don't
I know
feel
you don't.
bad.
I know you don't mean it, but also
I know. Look, you know, I'm sure you felt the same when you were weak and injured and worrying about slowing me down, you know?
Oh.
See, I have a feeling they might be back home.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Goldie?
Goldie? Goldie?
Goldie?
I don't...
What do you think the odds are that she slept while they were out on their expedition?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Keep an eye on Sky, okay, Percy?
Yeah, yep, I got it.
Thank you so much. I swear, I keep saying I owe you one. At some point, you have to.
That's okay.
At some point, you have to cash in on those. They don't have an expiration date. You do need to at some point for my sanity.
At some point.
Okay, I forgot there's no road on that side.
Yeah, no, there's...
Okay.
Well, how was
A long
Wow.
Other places she could be.
I mean, I'd assume she'd have responded if she wanted to, if she was in this village. I'm guessing that.
Everything's pretty close together.
It's hard to hide out in this area.
We could check in the lab, I guess, but I don't see why she would want to go down there.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Goldie?
What?
Hmm.
We'll be here. We can try. We can try the camp if you want.
I guess. I don't
You wanna go
know.
over there?
Yeah.
Might as well. Might as well.
Shoot. Okay, it looks like they're going over to the camp.
I think she's been found.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, I couldn't find Mom or Dad or Elle at the house, and I waited
were-
and no
Dad,
one
no,
came,
look-
so
Well,
I
I've got
took
your
all
mom
this
here.
time. I went... Sorry.
We thought
Yeah.
that you were at your house waiting for them to come back.
I was, but then they weren't back a
Barking?
lot, so
Were we
I
barking?
thought... Well, you guys were also looking for them, so I thought maybe they're...
We actually did find them before you
We
did.
did find them.
Well,
They were
yeah,
at the
you clearly
sanctuary.
did.
Yeah, we
I
were
think
we were
Tom
in the
just ran
same.
off.
Yeah, your dad just ran off in a panic, so.
We were in the same area.
Well, cool. Yes, this seems very normal. Everything that's happening is very normal.
I blinked and nothing happened.
Yeah. We all had a collective blink.
I
Yeah.
think it was just the adrenaline in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Whoa.
feeling a little shaky.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
where'd Dad go?
I honestly
no,
do not know. He just ran off, worried about you.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
think-
sorry.
Ollie heard him say
He might have went to the
sanctuary.
sanctuary.
Oh, he
Yeah.
may have gone
Oh,
back.
Sanctuary?
Yes.
Yeah.
You definitely worried all of us.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was just looking for you guys.
Yeah. Well, we were in the same spot at the sanctuary for basically the whole time we were over there, and then
Yeah, it was kind of funny. We were
I
like right
should've
next to them the whole
known.
time we were on our expedition almost.
yeah, and then
I didn't.
This is
Okay.
yeah, we came back. We actually headed over to the expedition, like to your training grounds when we were all done and ready to head back, because we figured it'd be easier to meet up with you all, and we found everyone but you.
It's my bad.
Yeah, what was that about staying in pairs?
To do it?
Mm-hmm. Were you in a pair?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. She kind of left us. We were all together and you left?
You broke your own cardinal rule.
I was at the house waiting, and no one was there, and it was quiet, and I thought something bad. The whole place was pretty quiet and empty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I I was looking for.
I know you were just worrying.
Percy or
Yeah.
just Newton stuff, please. Good lord.
Oh, there. We found her.
Yeah, we found her.
Okay, are you okay?
I'm fine.
It was just it was a comedy of errors. I think we all just missed each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
A lot too.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Really. I just
Okay.
was out looking for you guys.
Yeah.
We were
Oh, Newt!
okay. We're all
back together. Everyone's fine.
All fine.
We had a conversation because Goldie did break her own rule, but
It's it's okay, kiddo. We all make mistakes. It's fine. And just
Can we stop using that?
Yeah.
It
I'm
smells
so sorry.
bad.
Here, why don't we can come this way a little
Yeah,
bit, away
let's-
from the stone. How about that?
Yeah.
It's fine when no one's using it. But the
Mhm.
moment someone comes through it, it's.
Oh, sorry.
Also, I should probably take this off.
Yeah.
Cactus?
It may look
There we
like
go.
it, but it's it,
I didn't mean to worry anybody.
No. It's okay. Like I said, I think it was just a comedy of errors. We just kept missing each other, you know? Everyone was looking for everybody else, and we ended up missing each other accidentally.
Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot
Yeah.
to deal with. Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna go stand.
Okay, but we're good. We were at the sanctuary the whole time, just sitting on the swing talking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
that's
if we
good.
worried you. I'm
Yeah.
I mean, I knew you were on a date. I just didn't know how long the date would be.
Yeah.
And then when I was home.
Sorry.
I mean,
It
we
was
really didn't
quiet.
know either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're all together.
Yeah.
Are you all
everyone...
good? Do you like you're not hurt or anything, right?
No, I'm fine.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was just looking for you guys.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Elle? Where's Elle?
Up.
He's up on the roof.
In the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the tree now.
Always up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's fine.
Okay.
We're all here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to keep apologizing.
You don't have to apologize.
You
It's
good,
just
Percy?
things that happen, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm kind of tired from running around looking for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
You get some
Yeah.
rest, okay, Goldie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How about you take tonight's sleep upstairs with Mom? I know that's been helping you sleep
That's
a bit
what
better.
I've
I can
always been doing.
I can I can sleep on the downstairs a bit longer.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still, probably. I think
Whatever
so.
you need, okay, kiddo?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. You are
You're
No,
okay.
it's
all
okay.
good.
Do you need us to go with you, or?
No, I know my way home.
Okay. Okay.
Still,
It's okay.
pairs, right?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Staying in pairs.
Oh,
Okay,
Sky,
okay.
Yes.
Panda said that you wanted to
Did-
talk to him.
Okay.
It's now about
maybe-
that time.
Maybe I'll be the pair. That I know
Okay,
you
all
needed
right, you
to
go-
talk to them for.
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
reason.
I'm
Yeah.
also here.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah, but also
I don't need to be baby.
I know you don't, kiddo.
Well, glad
Just a little. Oh, it's fine.
There's kind
Yeah,
of
it's kind of.
everyone's-
Yeah. We need like a spot that's not right in the middle of everyone. It gets a little bit noisy, right?
Mhm.
Oh, back here seems fine. Oh, except for all the noise from the. It's fine. It's fine. So, your memories. How's have you had
Yeah.
any luck? Recapturing anything? I know, for a while you were able to. Well, I don't. I suppose you don't remember, but.
Nothing like that I specifically remember.
Hmm.
I did spend the last week just kind of up in my for all the notes and letters I have received in the past. So I kind of have an idea of things that happened, but none of it's specifically like my memories.
I see. It's sort of just like looking at an old photo, seeing yourself in it, recognizing that it's you, but not remembering. Well, I think I could help you with that.
You could.
Yeah. It's
How?
kind of an interesting story, you know? You see, I met this person quite a while ago. Lost in a place that they didn't belong. Desperate to get home. And I made them an offer. Because you see, it was really important to them. They were desperate to protect the people that they'd left behind. But they had no way to escape. So, I offered them the tools and the resources to leave. And in return, I took a little piece. So, I could offer that piece back to you. Obviously, I can't have you telling anybody about this. Well, in return...
In return for...
a favor. You know. In the future. I won't ask you to hurt anyone, obviously. That wouldn't be much fun. But... you see, you were using a lot of magic, and... I don't think your predecessor told you, but... magic's kind of my resource, and, doesn't come for free. And, you know, previously you all were able to fly under the radar, but when you wandered into my domain, it showed me an issue that I hadn't noticed before.
Right.
So,
what was the issue?
Oh, well, you all were draining my resources. And, I wasn't receiving my payments.
So the magic is yours.
There you go. And I mean, everybody draws on it a little bit, you know, here and there, but, when people take a bit too much, I have to get something in return. What I really love is a little bit of chaos and a bit of insanity, you know? And I've got a couple people already having a lovely time, but I can always use a few more. And it seems like you're so miserable wandering around here with no purpose. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to protect the people that you care about again? I mean, I guess you don't know you care about them, but you did.
It would be nice to have a reason.
So, just a little favor. And like I said, I promise I won't ask you to hurt anybody. And I won't, you know, you don't have to worry about being driven mad from all the memories coming back at once, you know, we can do it slowly over time, but I can give you enough to function.
Yeah. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think that sounds doable.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll, shake on it with you.
Shake.
Yeah. And, you can expect those back, anytime now. Probably within the next sleep.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Well, good luck, and, I'll let you know when I need you, or someone will get in contact with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Good luck. I got a family to get home to, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, like, did it shut off on its own? I mean...
You think that the
like,
ooze
hasn't
finally got to it?
Yeah.
Well,
Weird. Okay.
I mean,
a long freaking day.
Yeah. It has been pretty long. A lot of searching.
Oh, I hear a door.
Who is it?
That'd be me.
Oh,
There she is. I told you she wouldn't be that long.
Yeah, just a little conversation.
Yeah. Oh, where'd you go?
Sorry, I went I thought I heard you upstairs.
No, we were actually
You were downstairs.
Yeah.
I thought your
How'd
dad...
your chat with how'd your chat with Panda go?
Oh, very well. I really think I'm gonna be able to help them, you know?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
With like memory stuff?
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of was thinking about everything that Rox was doing for them before, and, you know, your father and I have known Panda the longest of anyone, so I think if anyone's gonna be able to remind them, it's probably us.
Good. Well, I will leave you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Let you guys get some sleep.
Yes.
Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Oh, you have a package at the front door, by the way. I don't know who it's for, but
I think it's already been emptied?
Oh, yeah, there was a book in there earlier.
Oh,
so
yes.
yeah.
Oh, and a bunch... I guess I'll put the dumplings in the fridge. You know, I don't know. It got opened and then the food didn't get taken out. There we go.
Fine.
Oh, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Of course. Good night, kiddo. And good night, Sky.
Good night.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. You seemed a little shaken up earlier.
I just didn't know where you and Dad were.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we worried you.
No, it's fine. I mean, now we know.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just an unfortunate comedy of errors, but...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look. If it makes you feel any better, you know, we could make an extra special mom and daughter pinky promise that we're always going to be there for each other and we're always going to be around to protect each other.
kind of already tried to do that.
I know, but it's, you know, we say it, right? But, and we have our actions, but sometimes it's just a little extra something, to make that explicit promise, right?
Well,
I just don't, I don't want you to worry about me. I know it's been really weighing very heavily on you and your brother. And I already talked to him about it because I'm really concerned that you guys you're taking on too much responsibility. You're being too parentified. And I just want you to know that we can depend on each other to protect one another, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and not go running around next time I don't see you.
Yes.
All day.
Yes. I am sorry that we managed to miss each other. But
yeah, I mean, I think I probably saw you for 5 minutes in total this entire time.
I know. Your dad was kind of monopolizing my time today.
Well, I know that you and Dad always have the longest dates. Literally the longest dates.
He had a lot of questions for me, you know. I think he was gone for a week and thinking a lot and worrying a lot, and I think he just really needed to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess next time I'll remember that your dates go impossibly long.
You know, I know you say that it'll never happen, but at some point you might have somebody where you have impossibly long dates as well.
Ugh, I don't think so.
Well,
everyone keeps saying this.
Yeah. Well, no one ever expects it, I think. It sort of just, it tends to just kind of strike you. Mm.
Well, then I don't plan to be struck. Easy as that.
Easy as that, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, just simply not, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the thing about getting struck is that you usually don't see it coming, eh?
I'll see it.
Eyes in the back of your head, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I think we best get some rest after a stressful day.
Yeah, I gotta put a few more things back downstairs and I'll be right back up.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff when I was out, camping.
Well, I'm glad it was productive at least.
It was.
See, my pockets are just full of junk, huh?
Alright, I'm coming.
Oh, you're fine. I was just giving Huckle a little love.
Yeah. I'm glad I got Huckle up here.
Mm-hmm. He seems to have made himself quite comfortable, I'd say.
I know Marie didn't want to come up.
I guess, you know, climbing ladders isn't easy for dogs, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huckle was surprisingly good at it.
Mm.
Well. My side of the bed now, I guess.
Yep.
Basically. What? 3 weeks now? Oh,
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It's been a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's cozy.
It is very cozy. But yeah. I just, we can promise each other to always be looking out for each other, you know? I just don't want you to worry, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I promise that I will look out for you and protect you, and I'll try and keep you filled in, if you can do the same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I promise.
Okay. Love you, kiddo.
Love you. Night, Mom.
Yeah, sleep well.
I will.
Mm. Good timing, Derp Raiders. Welcome in. Welcome in. Wow. We just hit the end of lore. Yeah. Welcome into the tail end of lore. Hi. Hello. How's it going? How are we doing? Oh, I feel like I'm a bit... I think I'm too large. I think I did not become small enough. There we go. That's a little better. Hello. Hello. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. Hi, I hope everyone had a good time with lore today. Wow, the lore was loring. Welcome into everyone. Hi, if you don't know me, hello, my name is Sky. I'm a Plush Dragon VTuber. Currently, I am using my Minecraft SMP specific PNG tuber, which only had a few technical issues today. Oh my goodness. It's fine. Sky, the lore was piping hot while I was sick. You know, the lore was hot because it helps to get rid of the illness. Yeah. Lore. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's so good. It's so fun and funky fresh. So we're gonna have art stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a chill doodle stream, so we can have some Spellbound conversations, perhaps. Maybe some people could come hang out with us. We can hang out. I had a good time today. I thought it was a day. It was a day. I'm very excited to see who's still live, so I can raid into one of our other Spellbounders. Ooh, we have many options. Let's see. Oh, Newt's not live anymore. Newt's already... Oh, wait, no, there's Newt. There's Newt. I think... Oh, okay. Everybody's together. Everybody's together. Ooh, okay. Many options, yes. Yes. Because, Okay. I know Isaac in the chat. Isaac was lurking around today. It was a very good time. I had fun. I had a very good time. Oh, I was about to. Yeah, I totally didn't see you going in and out of spectator and creative while I was doing lore. Did not see that happening. Oh my goodness, but it was fun. Good stream, everyone. Side glance. Yeah. No issues there. All right, let's go. I think we did Newt last time, so I think we do Flam this time. The VC convo in Newts is awesome. Everyone's in the same area right now. I'm pretty sure everybody that's still online is all in the same conversation, so let's raid Flam so that you can give some appreciation to our fellow co-DM Flamtastic, and enjoy yourself. Have some fun. I appreciate you guys for being here. I will see you all not bright and early, in the afternoon to evening tomorrow for art stream. Same time, same place, 4 p.m. EST. If you haven't already and you like to, make sure you check out the Discord. Be notified when I'm going live, become a member of the community. Also, if you'd like to follow me anywhere else, you can check out the socials. I've got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. And of course, check out the shop, skyt.com, for pins, stickers, plushies, and all sorts of other good stuff. Also, I've not seen this little pup. It's great. This is my new dog. It's a little sprite of Hank. Yeah, we're gonna do little lore raid, I think, with the new soup eating emotes. And just remember, people are in the middle of doing lore, so there we go. Yes, that's true. You have seen the real boy on Snap. That's true. That's true. But yeah, I commissioned this little sprite of him. All right. Love you guys. See you all tomorrow in less than 24 hours. But until then, have fun with Flam. And until then, goodbye, everybody. Mwah.